Good evening and welcome to the Heed Army podcast commentary service this evening between Gateshead and Farsley Celtic. It's top versus bottom, a lot to play for both sides, and we've said it a few times for very different reasons. And there will be a scrap on for the points. Gateshead could go potentially 6 points clear tonight. Well, they will go 6 points clear if they pick up the 3 points, because the game that Brackley had has been called off this evening, much like Saturday. So Gateshead with a chance to put the pressure on the rest of the chasing pack. My name's David Gaddis. I'm joined by Mark Crovers. Mark, this is a fantastic opportunity for Gateshead to say, come and catch us.
It's all about the attitudes tonight. It's all about the getting that professional attitude right, which we know Gateshead have done throughout this season. They play games like this. Played one of them down at Farsley, of course, which was we hope it's a bit less dramatic tonight. But it is all about the attitude of these players and just getting that right. And if they do, the quality will then hopefully shine through.
And it certainly will. Well, Gateshead had a hard-fought win on Saturday against Spennymoor. It was a wonder goal that separated the two sides. But it doesn't matter how you get the 3 points at this stage of the season. You're at the top. It can't be pretty every time, Mark. And sometimes you've just got to scrap it out and ride your luck.
Look, there's been a lot of accusations thrown at this Gateshead side about style of play, how, they can only do things one way, but they have shown that they can scrap as well, and they can grind out results when it's needed. And they're not a one-dimensional side by any stretch of the imagination. You look at players like who's just coming off there in front of us, Owen Bailey, someone who can do the other side of the game very, very well. But I think even your Greg Ollies of this world, yes, they are nice, attractive players. They get the ball down and pass it around. But they're all able to really scrap and fight and do what they need to get the 3 points. You're right what you say. This point of the season, it's all about results. That's all that matters. And if Gateshead win the next 12 games by scrapping out a 1-0 win, then we know what that means.
Well, we mentioned about, that the team has had questions about them at times, and they've answered them all. And we just look back to last season when we were fortunate enough to be here to see the games, to cover them when it was empty grounds. There was a few games when there was a collapse from a Gateshead side after going a goal down or conceding and going level. It was always an uphill battle after that. It doesn't seem to have that mentality or feel about it anymore now, does it?
Because they're learning as a group, because they're developing as a group, and that's one of the key things that Mike Williamson, Ian Watson, Louis Story, they'll all tell you, this group of players is learning how to win together and developing as a squad, not just as individuals. And I think that's what we've seen over the last year. It's been, 12 months of solid progress. I don't think we should look beyond the fact that when last season was cut short, they kept training and training and training.
Yeah,
I think that's a big part of what's happening now. That closeness, that bond that was forged during that time was massive for the players, for the management, for everyone involved. And I think as well, we'll look at the off-field stuff as well. Sometimes we tend to look beyond that, but it feels like there's developments off the pitch as well. You look, we were talking about before we came on air, but someone like James Rushmore's come in and brought in new sponsors and partnerships and all that, and it feels a stronger unit behind the scenes than it was maybe 2 years ago as well.
It certainly does. I mean, you mentioned there that the players were training when there was effectively the off-season from February last year, but let's talk about the front line. They weren't involved in that, apart from Paul Blackett, and we're seeing an unselfish front line that is passing the ball around. We've seen a wonder goal on Saturday from Adam Campbell, but he was involved in a beautiful bit of build-up play when Gateshead were effectively weren't in the game. Nothing was coming off, and then the front three just like they did against Blythe Spartans. They pass the ball around in and around the box, and one of them scores.
Look, I think I say this every time I come on here, but barring Blackett, there isn't really what you would class as an out-and-out number 9. I think, Campbell can play in a number of positions, Langstaff can play in a number of positions, and I think Kedwin Scott can play the same. And what I like is if things aren't quite working in one mix of that 3, they'll change to another one, another combination. It just works so well. But there's one thing you can't account for, and that's the absolute quality of all 3 of them, or all 4 of them. We should have Blackett in that, despite the fact he's not involved. They've all hit the ground running this season. If one of them isn't scoring, the other one will. And it's one of those where I think for opposition defenders, they might put 2 on 1 to keep a Langstaff quiet, but then all of a sudden that opens up space for Campbell or for Kedwin Scott. So it's just, I think me and Dicker have said this before as well, that in the past, and maybe the last 2-3 years, we've looked at Gateshead and thought they're a goal scorer shy of a really good side. And I think now you look, there's 2, 3, 4 goal scorers at the top end of the pitch. And, we shouldn't forget Greg Ollie's pitching in with goals. Matty Jacobs got a few this season.
Dan Ward scored a few. The midfield and even the wing backs are chipping in with goals. Exactly. So it is spread around. Thank you to everyone that has joined us early. Thank you very much. We do appreciate it. If you could hit the subscribe button, it really does help us. And also you can interact with us as well, as someone has done here in the stand. It's Mickey Barris. Obviously, he's my co-host.
He doesn't count.
But he's the co-host on the Heat On Me podcast, live tomorrow night, or Wednesday night as well. We'll advertise that a bit later on. But don't the boys look freshly groomed? Must be 2 for 1 at King Kobe. Say one of the shirt sponsors there. And the boys do look freshly groomed. But how will they look on the pitch? I'll quickly give you how Gateshead line up, and then I'll give you how Farsley Celtic line up a little bit later on. It's Marshall in goal, Robbie Tinkler, Carl Magnay comes into the starting lineup, Lewis Story, Owen Bailey, Greg Ollie, Taylor Charters, who is signed on loan until the end of the season from Carlisle United after impressing in his month-long stint. Then it is Adam Campbell, Macaulay Langstaff, and Kedwin Scott. We get to have a full quarter on the bench tonight. It's Alex Nicholson, Jack Hunter, Danny Greenfield, Dan Ward, who has been helping us here on commentary, returns to the bench as Connor Penny. That's a strong bench tonight. We know that there isn't that many attacking options on there, though Dan Ward is probably the most attacking of that. But you've got the joy of being able to change it around and maybe drop one of the forward players that back, or if you're having to make a substitution to get an injury. So it's a very adaptable sub bench that we've got there.
Just options. You got options. If it doesn't quite work in midfield, you can bring a Greenfield or a Panny or a Ward on, or Jack Hunter can cover at the back. Nicholson can play at the back. Top end of the pitch, because you've got 3 forwards there. You can go to a 2, you can play 1 with 1 behind. There's loads of things you can do. It's a multifunctional squad these days, isn't it? And we were talking earlier about the players that aren't on in that squad. Your Williamsons and Forbes and Blackett. There's a lot of strength here.
There certainly is. We've got a message from Binksy. He's put, "Evening, lads. Thank you very much for joining us. You can do as Binksy has done. Let us know where you're listening from in the world as well. We've got quite high listening figures for starting off, so thank you for joining us. The excitement must be gripping you as well. And I say, if you are just joining us, it is top versus bottom, Gateshead versus Farsley Celtic, and we are probably about 7 minutes away from kickoff here at Gateshead International Stadium. And right, I'm going to go through the Farsley Celtic team. It is Kyle Tierney. We're going to go with Trenery. There we go, Trenery. And then it's Ethan Vaughan, Adam Clayton, Kennedy Diggy. It is Lewis Buttroyd. The captain is Chris Atkinson, Sam Walker, Luke Parkin, Jacob Grattan, Will Hayhurst, and Jimmy Spencer make up the line. On the bench, it is Lewis Turner, David Sayers, Jerome Greaves, Reese Westcott, and Will Sutton. And just to make things a little bit difficult, their team sheet, their numbers aren't in order there, so I haven't got a clue. A couple of them I might know where they're playing via shirt numbers, but we'll get there in the end. Don't you worry about that. And we've got a few more. We've got score predictions tonight. Yes, you can send them in, please do. And he has put, he's going to go with 2-0, not a straightforward match. Well, at this time of year, it never is a straightforward match, especially in this league. And he's watching from Hexham, 30 minutes west of Gateshead. He's even given us everything but the latitude and what's the other? What's latitude and longitude? So there we go. But yeah, we've got a bit of movement here in the stands. Children all over. Great to see younger fans coming here on a match day and that's what we want you to do. Come down here. We do appreciate the listens, and we appreciate that people maybe can't get to the game because they live far away or working isolating or live abroad. But if you're in the Tyneside area, come down here on the 5th of March against Kidderminster Harriers. It's a massive, they're all massive games at the moment, but that one will be even bigger. So get yourselves down here, get your tickets. They will be available on the Gateshead website. So keep an eye on all of their social media. Do like and subscribe to all of the Gateshead FC social media, the Gateshead Foundation, the Gateshead Soul, and also, while you're at it, get on to the Gateshead Away Travel, and that is it all covered. But remember, follow all of ours, and we're just going to play a little. Before the teams come out, this is how to follow us on our social media. Hello there. Hopefully we're back. If you could let us know, we had a little technical issue there. Apologies about that. We haven't a clue of what happened there. We've got a message from Alan Guest. He has put evening, top versus bottom, another he'd win will put us a step towards the automatic promotion. Well, there's only 15 games left, including this one, and every point is vital. And we've got a message here from Sarah Mollett. She has put, yeah, you're back. Well, there we go. Thank you very much. And
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry about that. Mark probably seen me go white there with panic.
I thought it was just how cold it was.
Yeah, it is quite nippy here at Gateshead International Stadium, but there isn't any wind really. It's just a cold night here, and we await the teams to come out here. And crowd not as big as what you might have hoped. A lot of people might still be coming in, but it is a very cold evening. Well, and we've got a message here from Kieran James. It is come on the heat. Well, do as Kieran James has done. Let us know where you're listening from in the world. Remember to share the broadcast as well. If there's any Farsley fans listening, let us know your score predictions as the teams now are led out by the referee, and we are about to be close to kick-off. And this is how Gateshead line up. It is Philip Marshall, Robbie Tinker, Carl Magnay, Lewis Story, Matty Jacob, Owen Bailey, Greg Holly, Taylor Charters, Adam Campbell, Macaulay Langstaff and Kedwin Scott. On the bench for Gateshead is Alex Nicholson, Jack Hunter, Danny Greenfield, Dan Ward and Connor Panny. On the bench for Farsley Celtic, it's Kyle Trineri, Ethan Vaughan, Adam Clayton, Kennedy Diggy, Lewis Boothroyd. The captain is Chris Atkinson, Sam Walker, Luke Parkin, Jacob Grattan, Will Hayhurst and Jimmy Spencer make up the lineup for Farsley Celtic. On the bench, it's Lewis Turner, David Sayers, Jerome Greaves, Reese Westcott and Will Sutton. I'll get names to numbers right with Farsley Celtic here. They're not down in the numerical order like normal on the team sheet. So do forgive me if I do get one or two wrong, but we'll get them after 5 minutes. Don't you worry about that. And we've got someone's put here from PV20. A potential banana skin for sure. Let's see the usual Gateshead turn up and turn and do stuff up against the bottom side. Well, we've mentioned it in the build-up. Gateshead just have to go out there, not panic, play their football, and hopefully it'll come as it has all season, Mark.
Yeah, I think it's tonight. There maybe need to be patient if the goal doesn't come early. Just keep playing that brand of football that Gateshead like to play, keep it down the floor.
Well, just looking at the Farsley Celtic side, number 16, Diggy, is he's a bit of a unit. He's a big lad. Number 9 as well, the striker, Jimmy Spencer, he's a big lad as well. It's a big side. You've got to fear this side on set pieces, you fear, but they're a team that aren't in the best of form. They're bottom of the league. They'll be looking to turn this around.
They will, but because of that, if you can go out and get an early goal, it punctures that confidence straight away. And I think that's what gets it. If they do get an early goal tonight, really take the game to them. And try and just steamroll them, for want of a better word, I guess. But, it is going to be dangerous. You could see what they did down at their place against Gateshead, so they have got threat. And Gateshead are going to have to be right mentally tonight.
And also, just a word of warning, unless there's an absolute worldie goal, you won't hear me moaning and groaning.
I hope not. I'm still having nightmares on it.
As we did against Spennymoor with Adam Campbell's goal. And the ball has bounced out for a throw to Farsley Celtic, just inside the Gateshead half on the far side of the pitch. Gateshead fans still in good voice. Not as many here as Paul Blackett just looks over there. I think he's probably giggling at me, screaming from Saturday. But the ball goes through to Marshall and just collects it in his hands and rolls it out to Lewis Story. Back to Marshall. And I say it's like for like with the not substitutions, the changes in the lineup with Magny slotting in where Nicholson was at centre back and Taylor Charters where Danny Greenfield was in midfield. Ball pass back to Magny, takes a touch, plays it over the top, looking for the run of Kedwin Scott. He's got Diggy on his back, he tries to flick it, didn't find a black and white checky shirt. Farsley Celtic look like Coventry tonight, sky blue. Gateshead had a throw there. Now it's with Macaulay Langstaff. Puts it back to Tinkler. Tinkler beats his man. Takes it down the line. He's still under pressure though. And plays it off another Farsley Celtic player for another throw into Gateshead. Alan Guest just he's went for 2-0 away the Heat. I'll keep sending those messages. Let us know where you're listening from as well. Charters receives the ball from the throw-in. He's in the centre of the pitch. Has to play it back to Magny though. Magny just lays it to Macaulay Langstaff, who looks to find a player, finds Tinkler, who passes it back. Bailey having to battle with the ball on the far side. He's dispossessed and judged to have given away a foul as well.
Scrappy start.
Yeah.
I think it's Farsley working hard in the early stages here just to try and press Gateshead any time they got the ball. Look as if they're going to be disciplined.
Well, people have seen Gateshead at the top of the league for a while. Football's a small world. A lot of people will have been talking. They'll know how to try and disrupt Gateshead's play, and making it scrappy is probably high upon the tactic list. As the ball comes over the top towards Spencer, ball bounces through, and Matty Jacob heads it clear, only as far as the Celtic player, nodded out to the wing. And now, let's see which player it is. Number 11, it's Luke Parkin. His pass is deflected to Diggy. His pass didn't find a player, but now Kedwin Scott can try and open up, but well covered there by the central defender from Adam Clayton. He was quick on to read that one, wasn't he?
Did very well, yeah, because Kedwin gets one touch on that and he's in goal. I think that's what Gates are going to have to do tonight. The transition is going to have to be quicker. When they do get possession, they're going to have to try and get him behind quickly. It does look as if Forrest are defending with a very, very high line. So I think any accurate ball in behind, they're going to do well to catch a Langstaff or a Kedwin Scott or Adam Campbell coming from a little bit deeper. It
will have to be a good ball over the top, though, because that is a big centre-back pairing, isn't it, of Diggy and Clayton. But now Jacob has it on the left-hand side, pings the ball forward, looking to pick out a runner. It wasn't the greatest ball, and it goes all the way through to Trineri in the goal. Big thank you to everyone tuning in. Remember, share the show, subscribe. As the kick was taken and nodded clear by Magnate. Macaulay Langstaff doesn't win the ball, and it's Walker. Walker lays it off on the far side. Trying to dance past two players, and Gateshead clear the ball up the pitch, and it's going to be with Clayton, who finds a midfielder, passes back to Diggy. Gateshead need to close down. It's all the way back to Trineri, who's all in purple. Kicks the ball up the pitch, nodded on by Spencer, but it's going to be seen out by Story for a goal kick.
Two hands in the back of Story.
Yeah. I think if it had been anywhere else on the pitch, it might have been pulled for a foul, that one.
Slight hint of one, wasn't it?
Yeah. 5 minutes gone, 0-0. If you're just joining us, and the ball's with Magnate. Plays inside to Ollie. Ollie back to Marshall. All in pink. Dashing pink, as we've come to call it this season. Lays it off to Story, who will pass it back after being closed down. Does look like they're playing with one man up top with, I think, Grattan just in behind with the ball over the top and trying to pick out the run of Matty Jacob. It's going to be hooked back up the pitch. It stays in at the moment. Story clears it out of touch for a throw-in just on the halfway line.
Say it again, you are right, we said there's a big back line, but that is such a high line they are playing. And I think any ball, as I say, Gateshead, if it can time the run right and get it in behind on it, they ain't going to catch.
Well, on Saturday, Spennymoor did play the same technique, and we weren't able to capitalise on it. And Spennymoor were also, as well, guilty of committing about 8 men into the box at times. And as I say, it was just one of them games where Gateshead didn't really get on the counter the way they would have liked. But now they're on the ball, pulled back. I think his own Bailey was fouled as Gateshead were on the break. But it's a free kick about 5 yards inside Gateshead's own half. Just in front of the Gateshead dugout. Campbell gives it back to Story. And you mentioned it is a high line, but there's a lot of movement and there's a lot of scope for a player just to sneak past there. They weren't keeping a straight line in defence. But Magnay brings it down from the clearance. Now it's with Ollie, plays it inside to Story, who really at times is, I know it's not American football, but he has a bit of a quarterback role the way he can pick out passes. But now, and Campbell's first touchdown down. Grattan is on the break, but surrounded by players. He's got Spencer on the left-hand side. He's on the corner of the box. He's going to cut this one across, and keeper just grabs that, but he had to, because I think it was Grattan was sliding in. And Gateshead,
well, there's your warning.
Yep, that's the first one. Loose ball given away. We mentioned about the energy of Farsley, and that's what they've done there. They've pounced on the error by Campbell. It's a really good break as well. The ball in the box, it should be a little bit better. So it was good determination from Grattan. He kept running when he was surrounded by players where ball's been put over the top. Keepers all day. And Trineri just lets that bounce up into his hands. And he urges his team to get higher up the pitch.
Just haven't quite got the range yet with these balls over the top.
Well, you see, I did mention in the build-up that there wasn't any wind. It just seems to be just picking up slightly here at the minute. You can probably times it by 5 out on the pitch from we can feel it in here in the stand. But now Captain Atkinson plays it out to, I think that's Hayhurst. Now the ball comes across here to Luke Parkin. He's got man the overlap, but he goes inside himself. He's running out of ideas at the moment. Managed to pick out Spencer. Spencer controlled it. Now it's still with Farsley Celtic, but this time on the right-hand side. It's going to be crossed into the box, deflected. Still with Farsley Celtic, though, at the moment. They have to play it back. Captain plays it over the top. And that, I think, is going to be seen out for a goal kick. And we're just seeing a little bit of pressure there from Farsley Celtic.
Yeah, I don't think it's a bad thing from a Gateshead point of view. Just maybe gets a few minds in gear and gets things going. But, not that Gateshead need to be told. Mike Williamson here watching Louis Story that they told the players what the attitudes have got to be tonight. And I just think at the moment it's just not quite clicking, but it does tend to come.
Well, Story carries the ball forward. He gets so much space to do that as well. Jacob, Taylor Charles down line to Jacob, but it went out for a throw. And as I mentioned before, just before that break there, that Campbell lost the ball. It is a unique rule he's got. It's a sweeper type thing. He can pick it out and just. I'll say for a centre back, he's got a very good eye for a pass, hasn't he?
He has, and I think that comes from why he's played in midfield earlier in his career. You know, he hasn't always been a centre-back. Louis played when he was in the Northern League. He did quite often play in midfield when he was at Heaven as well. And I just think that's why you see the comfort in the ball, and that's what Mike
Williamson to win the ball back. Bailey tries to lay it off. It gets caught on a foot, and again, Gateshead lose possession. The ball's played through, and Grattan is offside. Flag went straight up, but
it's definitely off.
Yeah. But yeah, it's the range of passing as well. It's not just that he's picking out passes to people in front of him, that the ball's out to each wing over the top. It'd be interesting to know how many assists he's got this season, actually. As now Magnay has the ball across the halfway line, lays it off to Campbell. Campbell gives it back to Magnay, finds Charters in the centre circle. If he looks to play it out to the left, he has. He's found Jacob. Jacob plays it back to Story, though. It's nearly a back line of 5 there at one point from Farsley. Macaulay Langstaff drops deep to get it, gives it back to Magnay. Magnay finds Campbell to Macaulay Langstaff. Now, Tinker on the right-hand side. Can he cross the ball in? It's deep. There's nobody there, but it's going to be kept in, though, by Matty Jacob. Lays it inside, and Taylor Charters just wrong-footed himself, and the ball didn't get there, but Story's there to collect the loose ball. That was fired up the pitch. Good. Oh, lovely feet from Taylor Charters just to pass that through to Magnay, who has the ball now, gives it to Tinkler. Tinkler on the right-hand side of the pitch, plays it back to Magnay. Now Magnay has got time on the ball and plays it forward to Campbell. Now Macaulay Langstaff in the middle of the pitch, gives it to Jacob, plays it inside to Ollie. Back to Magnay. Plays it down the right-hand side. Lovely
Great
ball. And now can it be crossed into the box? It can. Macaulay Langstaff, he didn't get the connection. Appeals for handball. I think it would have been harsh, that one. And Gateshead have the ball back through Story. He does very well to get past. Oh, holds the. I was like watching Cruyff holding the ball up. He lays it off, and Gateshead back in possession. Still in possession, should I say. The Story just lays it off for now for Jacob, who plays it down the line. It was just played a little bit too far in front of him. He had to slide and plays it all the way through to Trineri and the Farsley Celtic goal.
Yeah, that was better from Gateshead, getting it down and playing it quicker. It's I do feel as if that's what they're going to need to get in behind here, is just move that ball a little bit quicker.
Well, cleared by Bailey. Oh, an awful deflection for the Farsley defence. Kedwin Scott, can he get to it? Oh, it just run away from me. Tried to get away from between the two defenders, but it's still not over yet. Macaulay Langstaff picks up the ball, lays it back to Tinkler. Now Bailey has the ball. A lot of hustle and bustle from the Farsley Celtic midfield, slowing Gateshead's progression down up the pitch, but Charters has it. He crosses the halfway line, plays it into the centre of the pitch to Campbell, and the touch just let him down, but Gateshead pick up the loose ball, and if Ollie looks, he can play it through. Through the begin. Oh, that was beautiful. I didn't even see that on. I was too busy looking at Matty Jacob on the left-hand side, but Ollie, it was just a beautiful pass through, just too much on it. But Kedwin Scott, he's seen the pass, just unfortunately just a little bit too much on it.
Well, and that's why we're sitting up here, and Greg Ollie's down there, Davey. I think we're looking at a simple ball out wide, and he's pinged what would have been, if he could have taken a little bit off it, just a wonderful pass to release Kedwin Scott.
Ball nodded back in there by Walker. Now it's with Vaughan. I think Walker's got a face mask on for a broken nose by the looks of it. As Gateshead cleared the ball now. Ball over the top. There's a lot on it. Keeper's going to have to come out his box. Confident first touch there from Trineri as he pumps the ball back up towards the forward line. Spencer brings it down, appeals for handball, and now Hayhurst puts it out to the left-hand side. Well, looks like it's crossing the middle, brought down, offside flag, good save though, but that was a beautiful first touch from Spencer. He just stopped the ball dead at his feet, but he had straight off. 14 minutes gone, 0-0 if you're just joining us here. National League North action, Gateshead versus Farsley Celtic, top versus bottom, and it's been not a bad game so far for the neutral.
Mixed, I would think it would say, isn't it? Gateshead, when they find that rhythm, when they get that pass going, they look far more dangerous.
Well, a little bit of confusion there. Linesman was going to let him take a goal kick there, wasn't he? Now, Story on the ball. Taylor Charters shows from in front of the bench. Plays it inside to Bailey. It was a bit of a poor one. And, well, there was a coming together. There was never a foul. There was appeals from Farsley Celtic, but two players got their legs clattered together there as it went between them both. And the ball over the top. That was a wasted one by Marshall, you would think. But Gateshead pick up the loose ball. Campbell's pass just didn't make it through to Langstaff. Ball over the top. Spencer. I was saying Magny had to put that out of touch there, and Spencer slipped. Is he all right? He's just checking his foot there, or his knee.
It did look like it pulled up, didn't it?
The way initially I thought his foot stayed light and then his body twisted, but
that's all right.
Yeah.
Temperature's really dipped here.
It certainly has. As Gateshead defending here, Robbie Tinkler comes away with the ball. Can he get the ball up the pitch? He can towards Kedwin Scott. Diggy cuts out the pass through. But now it is Vaughan, lays it off to Parkin. Parkin puts it inside. The Captain Atkinson lays it back to Diggy. And Diggy's pass was straight to Owen Bailey. Taylor Charters on the ball now. Plays it inside to Ollie. Ollie tries to pick the ball through, but it's been put out by Sam Walker. And it is a face mask there. I didn't know. It's only when I caught the glimpse of the light of the floodlights.
Got to say, I've been really impressed with Farsley's work rate so far. It's been phenomenal.
And that would be the question mark, wouldn't it, though? How long can they keep that up? It's a high-paced Gateshead. Although they're in possession of the ball, they're letting the ball do the work a lot of the time. And Farsley, I mentioned it, I think probably about 4 minutes ago, their midfield really is in a hustle. It's trying to cut down all the angles, and it's a lot to ask for midfield to do for 90 minutes. But the ball not through. Macaulay Langstaff, nearly brought it through, and now cleared by Farsley, and the ball's going to go all the way through to Marshall, and Spencer wasn't exactly happy with that one there.
Blame him. Usain Bolt would have struggled to get that one.
Campbell, though, nice little flick, gets it to Langstaff, and nicely out to Ollie. Ollie down the right wing to Tinkler. Tinkler crosses the ball in. Oh, Diggy clears that one. It was just going to come through to Scott, and now it can be cleared by Parkin on the far side. Gateshead stop the play, and I think that is Sam Walker. Took a clattering from Greg Ollie there.
He's not booking him, is he?
No, he's just giving him a...
Oh, I thought he was going to book him.
I thought he was there. He's just telling him to calm it down. It was slightly late. We got a message from Gordon as well. He's got evening, lads. How he is doing? Slightly cold. Slightly cold. A goal would warm us up. If there's any Farsley Celtic fans listening in as well, please do message us. We're not too biased. As Trineri puts the ball into the box towards Spencer, wins the header, and Marshall got a hand to it, but it just seemed to stop dead, and it got hooked clear by a Gateshead defender. Now Gateshead can pick it up in midfield and try and bring it away as Campbell looks to get the ball moving forward. Now it's with Ollie from Charters, and Ollie's driving down the left-hand wing here. He's still going. Vaughan has went with him. Vaughan's pulling his shirt. Referee gives a free kick here.
I don't think he has, I think he's given a throw.
He's given a throw there.
But I'll tell you what, that's not Gateshead throw. It's either a foul or it's a Farsley.
I know, that's what I was thinking, but...
I could be wrong, but...
Jake gets it to Ollie. Back in the Jake, cuts inside as he goes for a shot, right-footed, deflected up into the air. And it's going to fall to Ollie. Ollie goes for one with the wrong foot. And it's whipped wide. I think is the best way to describe that one.
Greg Ollie appealing for a handball there, saying it hit the defender's hand.
Well, didn't see it myself, but see when it did bounce, when it was cleared and then it bounced, it was an awkward one, but...
Some conflab going on between the two managers.
Wow. Yeah. Strange. Russ Wilcox, the manager of Farsley Celtic, I believe their third manager of the season. It's never a great sign, is it, when you're trying to get points to get it to safety, as Trineri cleared the ball there.
Good work.
And, now the Captain Atkinson. Going forward on his
Right, now's your
ball.
chance.
Now can Taylor Charters pick out the right man? Gets it to Campbell. Back to Charters. He's running still with the ball. He's got the overlap here of, well, it was well covered there by Parkin, but now Gator can try and drive forward the ball through Ollie. Ollie gets, oh, not Ollie, so Bailey tried to get through them Parkin's legs there and held up, but now Grattan has the ball. Driving forward, quickly closed down by Story. Pass back, and it's a throw in to Farsley Celtic. We couldn't see exactly what happened there in front of the dugout. But into the 20th minute here, still 0-0. We can actually put up some, I could have. I'll have a little look here. I did have, before we had the mishap before of the thing, we can put up the scores from around the league on the screen. So there we go. I'll get them on. So Spennymoor are winning 1-0 away to Chester at this moment in time. So there's the scores for you. Southport are beating Blythe Spartans 1-0. And Telford are beating Kettering 1-0. So there we go. Campbell has the ball. Now it's played out to Matty Jacob on the left-hand side. Played back to Charters. Charters puts a nice ball through to Jacob. Puts up one across there. Oh, and then it comes. Two players coming in. Just couldn't get a connection with it. Right across the face of goal. And that was a beautiful chance. But Ollie is on the ball now. Goes for his shot. Deflected. It's going to go to Taylor Charters. His shot blocked as well. And now Gateshead still on the attack as Campbell puts it down to Jacob, but good cover and play from Parkin, and out it goes for a goal kick.
Unbelievable ball in by Matty Jacob. That just asking to be put in the net. You're thinking Kedwin Scott's got to get there. It's just got away from him. Then you look back post and you see Macaulay Langstaff coming in. Just got away from him. That's much, much better from Gateshead.
You couldn't have asked for a better ball from Matty Jacob there. Goal kick here to Farsley Celtic. Ball bounces right through, and Story's going to be there to clear that. Falls to Parkin. No, Parkin plays it to Spencer, who's quite deep. And a free kick is going to be given to throw-in. Does he give the free kick? He's give the free kick. Spencer was just moving foul from behind, and it's right on the touchline here.
I think he's going to throw it.
He has given a throw, but his arm was pointing to trying to decipher what referees' arms are doing. It is a throw, and Vaughan has the ball in his hands, number 17. He's wanting movement, and he puts the ball there over the top for Grattan, holds it up. He's going to lay it off to Parkin. Parkin wins a corner for his troubles. Comes, oh no, throw in. And Vaughan again. I think he might go a bit longer with this throw. Parkin gets the ball. Can he cross it in? No, it's been cleared by Gateshead. Scott drops deep, but he couldn't hold the man off there. And now Spencer has the ball. Lays it out to Vaughan on the right-hand side. Vaughan whips one in. It's a dangerous one at the back post, but headed clear by Gateshead. But still not fully clear. Foul as well, as I think there's Robbie Tinkler was wrestled to the ground.
It's more warning signs, so I think Scott's got to do a little bit more top there. He's got a man on his back, but just try and either draw the foul or get your body in front and get hold of the ball, let your defence get up. If that ball's a little bit better there, I think he's just looked at it a bit, need a bit more whip on it. Would have been even more dangerous.
Mark Gaunt is his predictions 1-0 to Gateshead. Well, we'll see how this goes throughout the game as the goal kick was taken. Now, Grattan plays it back to Vaughan. Vaughan plays it off Campbell, closes him down nicely, and it is a throw-in. Well, Vaughan is taking his time here. I think he might actually get a card here. Hang on. Yeah, Vaughan was bent over, not going for the ball, doing his socks. The referee is having a word with the Farsley Celtic captain. He's having a word. He's saying that the team needs to speed it up. He said that the goalkeeper was wasting time there before.
Well, it's not only referees let teams get away with this for so long.
Yeah.
He
It's
slammed down the foul
refreshing to see, isn't it? I mean, he's pulling it all up. Nice bit of footwork from Spencer. The ball's played over the top. Grattan is chasing it down, but Story's there just to hook it out for a throw in near the corner flag down on our right hand side here. And so in 24th, nearly 25th minute, still 0-0, and the game is well, for a neutral you'd say finally paused, but Gateshead just carving out the slightly better chances. And well, Vaughan is still taking his time here. And I think he's been on holiday to the Caribbean because he's on Caribbean time. Now he takes the throw, picks out the Captain Atkinson, gets it to Parkin. Parkin puts a cross in there, nodded back across by Hayhurst, but went through to Marshall. Rolls it out to Lewis Story. Now with Jacob just on the halfway line, plays it inside to Taylor Charters. Taylor Charters under pressure, plays it back to Story. Story now tries to pick out a ball, gets it to Scott. Scott holds it up well. If he looks on the right hand side, there's a beautiful ball out to Robbie Tinkler. He needs some targets, but Macaulay Langstaff gets it, hits the post. It hasn't went out yet. Now it's back across. Oh, and it's been cleared run as far as Campbell. Oh, he just stood on it as he went to kick it, but Gateshead still in possession. Now it's with Matty Jacob. Taylor Charters on the overlap, but he didn't see the run. Now it's whipped out the middle towards Kedwin Scott. Offside flag has went up late. I thought there might have been a hand there at first.
Boy, Langstaff's injured.
Oh yeah, he's yes. I don't know if he took a knock when he stretched for that one there. He's just on his hands and knees at the moment. He's up. Yeah, he's walking all right.
Yeah, again, we talk about the intensity, we talk about the pace of the play. Much better from Gateshead then.
Just starting to build a little bit.
They are, but there needs to be more of that. You know, it's such good movement. The ball in the box is great. It's a great effort from Langstaff. You know, he's done well to make contact with it. I don't know if the keeper's maybe got it onto the post or if it's just hit the post. You can't really tell from where the angle we're at.
Initial reaction, it was straight onto the post, but you never know. There's now falls to try and break offside. Oh, I thought the offside with the flag would have went up. That ball got through, but Ollie tries to clear it, but only finds the Captain Atkinson. Now the ball's played over the top. Magny's there to intercept. Tinkler puts it over the top as well. It's going to be a bit of a foot race, but the defender, Clayton, clears the ball out of play on the far side, throw into Gateshead. Big thank you to everyone that's tuned in as well. We've got good listener figures. Thank you. So throw in on the far side to Gateshead here. Halfway inside the Farsley Celtic half. Robbie Tinkler wants some movement. Picks out Greg Ollie down towards the corner flag and turns his man. Can he get the cross in? He can. And Clayton has to, well, keeper was coming behind him. He should have left it. Bailey having a good tussle with Park in there. Gateshead pick up the loose ball through Charters. Now Magny gives it to, lovely turn by Langstaff. But the ball didn't find another Gateshead shirt after that, but now Gateshead back in possession. Story. Charters, nice touch to find Jacob. He's got Campbell in front of him here. Plays it inside there. Charters has continued his run. Goes for it, puts it across. Unselfish. I thought he might have went for his shot. And now Farsley Celtic try and break, but lovely closing play by Owen Bailey. If he looks up, there's a player on the inside. Campbell now goes to put a lovely ball over to Langstaff. Has chested it down. He still needs some support, though. He's got a lot of work to do on the far side of the box. Wins a corner, though. Oh, no, he doesn't. It looked like that was just going to ping out, and keeper gets it on his dead ball line.
Yeah, it just looks as if there's been a raising of the tempo in the last 5-10 minutes from Gateshead. It's improving with every passing minute. Just need to create a chance. You know, the one down point is that Trennery hasn't really made a save yet. Unless he did get a touch on that one on the post, of course.
Hard to tell from up here, but it was that was the best chance we've had. Closest we've come to a goal as Marshall rolls the ball out to Magny.
As we said before the game, you know, it's just a result that matters. But obviously, you want to see the performance as well.
It is, and I think we've seen a lot from this team consistently, and expectations do not know what happened there, but expectations are high, and you know what these players are capable of. But the ball falls to Campbell.
Oh, what a ball!
Kedwin Scott, can he finish it? He can! 1-0! And we talked about expectations, but that was another bit of class from Adam Campbell. Just weighted through beautifully for Kedwin Scott. He gets past the defensive line, and it wasn't a pretty finish, but it got in the back of the net.
What we would say is it's a really poor defensive header, and Gateshead have punished it brilliantly. That's really clinical from Adam Campbell. A lovely ball, so well weighted. So difficult to control a ball like that when it's coming down. Just played a perfect weight on it. Kevin Scott, he's done what he's had to do. He's just got there before the keeper, got it beyond him, and Gateshead deserved
just had to poke it home, didn't he? That's all that needed to be done. It didn't need any flair. It just had to end up in the back of the net, and that was the case there. It was a good finish. But as I say, that is what Gateshead needed. They just needed to capitalise on one mistake. And as I say, yet again, the forward three players, so unselfish. They pass the ball, they're laying it off for each other, and it's flourishing again.
It's that attacking trio again, isn't it? It's just so well worked from. It's made a very, very difficult pass, I think, look really simple there, Adam Campbell.
Yeah, it's beautifully weighted. 1-0 here at Gateshead International Stadium as Gateshead get the ball. It's been a little bit scrappy again here. Now it's went for a goal kick. But we're into the 31st minute here. Gateshead winning 1-0 through a Kedwin Scott finish. And, we said we need to create more chances. And normally the commentator's curse goes the other way. It goes against you. But this time, Gateshead managed to do it and put another ball over the top. And Vaughan nods the ball out, and
you get every single ball on him now.
Yeah. Right, now Gateshead have the ball down the line to Campbell. Campbell plays into Taylor Charters. Beautiful stuff again. Can he cross it in? He can. Diggy had to claw it away. It's out for a corner. And Gateshead, they're enjoying themselves out there at the moment.
They are, and they should be, because there's a bit of confidence flowing now again. You look at the way that the front three are attacking this back line of Farsley. They look ready to get through at every point. You know, it's just that one well-timed pass, that one well-timed run.
Well, Kidderminster are winning 1-0 at home to Boston. That's another score that's happening in the National League North at the moment. But that is by the by. The only important result tonight is the one here at Gateshead International Stadium, as Greg Ollie places the ball down ready for this corner. Puts it in there. Diggy has to clear it. Campbell goes for a shot from distance. Oh, cleared just in the 6-yard box. And Magny is there just to mop up and pass it all the way back to Marshall, who plays it back to Magny in turn. Lovely stuff. And now Gateshead have an opportunity to get the ball forward again. Taylor Charters on the left-hand side gives it to Ollie, who's in space. Plays it down the line to Matty Jacob, who has to cut in. Still got the ball. Now it's with Taylor Charters. Charters puts a deep one in. Nobody there. And I think just a little bit of excitement got the better of Charters on that one, but we wouldn't have complained if it had come off. Well, throw in on the far side. Won't be taken by Bootroyd. Ball over the top, but Magny is there, lovely to control it and puts the ball over the top. I think the offside flag might have went up there if Scott had got near it. Okay, to pick it up in midfield again through Bailey. Lovely feet there from Langstaff. Hit through for Kedwin Scott. Just too much on it though this time. And Trineri gladly gets to that ball. His Story does well, just to muscle Spencer out the way. And clearance by Marshall. Diggy. Oh, didn't get the ball. Falls to Scott. Scott, can he lead off to Campbell? Campbell puts on the right-hand side. And now Macaulay Langstaff has it on the right-hand side of the box. Can he find another player on his team to pass it to? Goes for a selfish one there, but it's going to fall to Taylor Charters. Lays it off to Matty Jacob here. It's halfway inside the Farsley Celtic half. His shot deflects over to Tinkler. Tinkler puts it over the top where you would expect Matty Jacob to be. And unfortunately,
it's just a bit messy there, wasn't it?
It did. It just went a little bit scrappy. But yeah. Just the body language of Spencer there after he was beaten to the ball by Story just looked a little bit dejected. Things just haven't sat up for him so far. He hasn't really had the greatest of service either. He's having to drop deep a lot to get involved. And just as I say that now, he's berating his teammates around him. But ball crossed in by Parker, and it's a deep one, too deep. And it's going to fall to Macaulay Langstaff, who will... Oh, handball was that? No. But now he gets it through. Second attempt to Greg Ollie. And Greg Ollie, he's going to play it into the centre here to Taylor Charters. And if he looks up, he's got Campbell on his left-hand side. He's still going with the ball himself. Now gets it to Campbell. Campbell's got the overlap if he wants. Oh, put it through to Charters again. Back heel. Can Campbell finish it? Oh, deflection. Keeper plucks it out the air. And that would have been another outstanding goal of the season candidate if that had come off.
Lovely link-up play, wasn't it? Just a great ball back to Campbell. When he cuts inside, you're thinking it's opened up for him, and he's just hit the man with his shot.
Tell you what, the confidence of Taylor Charters to do that little flick there in the box. If it had come off, I think the manager might. If it hadn't come off, the manager might have been a bit upset by that one. But when you're enjoying yourself, things do seem to come off for you.
Great touch from Mark Bolton.
Oh, say one of the best in the business for a kit man. Well, ball thrown inside to Campbell. Campbell outside of the boot to Magnier. Magnier finds Robbie Tinkler on the far side. 35 minutes gone, 1-0 to Gateshead here. Kedwin Scott breaking the deadlock as Magnier carries the ball forward himself. Plays inside Campbell. Campbell tries to put it. Well, don't know if he didn't get the connection he wanted, but it fell to a Gateshead shirt. Bailey does really well. And now Gateshead can try and build again. Bailey gets the ball back from Jacob. Bailey drives forward, lays it out to Jacob. Good stuff here from Gateshead. Can they keep the ball moving forward? As Taylor Charters gets the ball back. Under pressure though to Matty Jacob. Jacob plays it into the centre. Oh, nearly dropped to Campbell, and Diggy plays the ball forward. And there was the centre back's pass forward for you.
And the pitch, straight down at the pitch when that pass got. See that?
Sorry?
Diggy's taking his first touch. Then he went to play the pass and looked straight down at the pitch, trying to blame the pitch.
Yeah, that's definitely not the pitch. That was
can't blame a pitch for missing a 6-yard pass, mate.
If anything, he hit that probably better than he wanted to. Now, Bailey. Oh, quick thinking there. He was closed down. Managed to get back to Story. Now, Magnier. Back to Story.
Movement's excellent, you know. The players dropping deep. You look there, Kedwin Scott's inside the centre circle. Just trying to make the pitch as big as possible.
Well, we've seen Macaulay Langstaff practically at right back as well at times. The ball over the top towards Taylor Charters. Diggy brings it down on his thigh. Now it's been hooked clear by Clayton, run as far as Story, who nods it back up into midfield. Brought down by Walker. Walker peels for handball. Right. It's being given.
On.
Well, gets a free kick here in the centre circle. Inside the Farsley Celtic half. I'm trying to work out here what Elliot Forbes is eating.
Smells nice.
Doesn't look nice. As the ball comes over to the left-hand side and Vaughan wins the header. Got it to Parkin. Parkin now lays off to Vaughan. Vaughan will clear it down the left-hand channel. Looking for Spencer, but Story's there just to clear through. It's going to bounce through to Scott. Scott nods it down to Campbell. Can he get the ball? Lovely ball through to Langstaff. Dead ball in. Cuts it back. Now, just couldn't find the feet, but it falls to Gateshead again. Campbell plays across the box, and Ollie tried an audacious flick, and it didn't find its target. Now Parkin brings the ball forward on the left-hand side, crossing the halfway line, tries to get past Robbie Tinkler, fouls him in the process.
Was it a foul?
I think it was the arm out, wasn't it? We'll take it. Free kick to Gateshead inside their own half, quickly taken. I was looking for the ball to be put down, carried on. As Campbell turns, plays it inside to Scott, who's dropped low. He gets past his man, fouled. And I say Sam Walker, he's had an unfortunate last 30 seconds, hasn't he?
Certainly has.
Campbell now on the ball, gives it out to the left-hand side to Jacob, puts it across in. It's going to stay in. Bounced and spun up. Looked like it was going to go out for a corner. But Trineri was there, and he's urging his players just to calm down a little bit.
Well, I think Gateshead are dictating the pace of this game. When they want to go quicker, they play quicker. When they want to slow things down, they'll slow things down. And Trineri's maybe trying to get his side, get Farsley dictating a bit.
Danny Greenfield's just trotting down the touchline to keep warm. It is quite bitter here as Bailey was in a good tussle there with Spencer, and as we mentioned before, he's not cutting a happy figure out there, is he?
Not at all. He's been around. He knows what's needed to win games like this or get a point. And at the minute, his teammates aren't doing it for him.
Well, goal kick taken short to Story. As in every game, he carries the ball forward numerous times. Lays it off to Taylor Charters, who dropped Jeep. Plays inside to Campbell. Nice ball to Ollie. And now Gator can drive forward with the ball. Tries to pick out Kedwin Scott. Just went the other side of him there. And a ball back to Trianeri, who clears the ball up the pitch with ease. But Story's there to bring it down under pressure. Oh, lovely feet. Just calmly passed it through. No panic at all. And now Ollie can try and pick out Macaulay Langstaff. He has on the right-hand side. He's only got Kedwin Scott up with him at the moment. Cuts inside, goes for a shot himself. Good defender. It's gone for Taylor Charters. Goes for his shot. It didn't have the confidence there when he went for it. Taylor Charters gets the ball back from Tinker. There's no one showing down the left-hand side, so it's very central at the moment. Plays into the middle. Kedwin Scott tries to flick it over Diggy's head, and he just got a touch on it, and Vaughan hooks it clear. But Gateshead trying to turn a screw here as Ollie... How on earth did he win that? I'll never know. But he's won a free kick about 30 yards out here. Very central. Left of centre, you would say.
Chris Atkinson's doing very well to get himself booked here.
Well,
punched the ball away. Complained at the ref. Complained at Greg Ollie.
I must admit, I think that was a harsh free kick. I know Ollie got in front of him, but he went down there.
Yeah,
Atkinson had the ball.
I can see
both sides.
Unhappy, but referee's closer than us.
Certainly is. There might have been contact, we didn't see. But an opportunity now for Gateshead to get this ball in there. And as we mentioned against Spennymoor, it is going to have to be a great ball when you've got the aerial defensive line that they've got. It goes very central through the middle there. Nodded back into the centre by Jacob. Tinkler! Oh, it's going to come through to... He's got the ball. Can he finish it? Offside! How can it be offside? Kedwin Scott.
Tell you what, that must be tight. That must be tight.
Oh, well. He did very well to put it in the back of the net. I mean, he slipped, got himself up, buried it. Then the flag went up. Well, we'll never know till we see the highlights. And if you don't know where the highlights are, Gateshead FC's YouTube account. We'll be playing out the ones from the Spennymoor game at half time as the ball goes through for a throw to Farsley Celtic. We're having a few gremlins in the system tonight, aren't we? Went off before we went on, and a couple of growls from the microphone. 42 minutes gone here.
You must have fed them after midnight.
So Vaughan puts the ball on the far side of the box, and that was nice defending from Tinkler. He's got his body in the way. It's been cleared off Ollie's feet and out for a throw-in on the far side.
Do you know the biggest compliment up there for Farsley is they don't look like a side at the bottom of the league.
They don't.
The work rate.
It's been weird. A lot of the teams we've played, Telford were
Telford went ahead, didn't they, earlier?
Yeah, they've went on. They've picked up points since playing us. They look like a team on the cusp of turning something round in the season. And Farsley at the moment, they haven't looked like the side rock bottom. They've got a lot of drive and ambition, but is this because of the new management team and maybe a few new additions as well? But Taylor Charters brings it down, gives it to Campbell on the edge of the box, kind of lay it through back to Taylor Charters. Can I get a shot off? Good defending, and that is going to... How many times does it look like it's going to go out for a corner and stay it in? Cleared by Farsley Celtic, and Spencer manages to win the ball, and he sees it out for a throw-in. And I was going to say you need him on the end of them throw-ins. He was going to take it quickly, but decided to leave it to a teammate. Well, Vaughan, who manages to pick out Spencer, who lays it off. Now the captain, Atkinson, plays it through for the run of Hayhurst, but Matty Jacobs there and clears it out for a throw-in to Farsley Celtic.
There's been a lot of that, from Farsley, where they just look as if they're going to threaten, and then just poor pass selection, poor movement. It's just not quite happened top end of the pitch for them.
Now it's played. And the ball deflected, and Ollie picks it up in midfield. Nice stuff from Kedwin Scott. He tried to turn his man, but Diggy couldn't control it. Plays it over the top now for Macaulay Langstaff on the right-hand side. He's going to get there, but he needs support in the box. Now he's got support in there. Can he pick out a player as he drives along the edge of the box? He's still got the ball. Can he lay it off? He's still going. Was it a foul? Referee says no, but Taylor Charters didn't get the ball, and now it's been up to Spencer on the right-hand side. Holds it up, but he, like Macaulay Langstaff, needs support, and he tries to get past one too many men, dispossessed, and Gateshead can try and build again from the back. But Macaulay Langstaff could have maybe laid that off a little bit earlier there.
Well, it's a great ball, we should say, from Kedwin Scott first and foremost. I think Macaulay's done well to hold it up. When he's a goal scorer, when he eyes light up, when you get that close to goal,
certainly do.
You cut and sign that left foot. I think he's always going to try.
We'll always say hindsight. It's always easier to say there was a ball on, but now a ball out to Robbie Tinkler on the right-hand side. Brings the ball forward. Wants movement in front of him. Brings it inside a little bit himself. Kedwin Scott puts it over the top. There's no one running there. Hooked clear, but it's going to fall to Taylor Charters right in the middle of the pitch. Gives it to Ollie. Ollie, if he looks up, beautiful ball. Lovely turn from Langstaff. Shot past the post. And like before, the ball that looked the easiest one, he didn't go for out to the left-hand side and picks a beautiful ball out through the centre.
I think, when you look at Ollie and Campbell, if they can get the ball more in the second half, they could take this game away from Farsley. I think they're the ones that are causing problems. Greg obviously playing a little bit deeper than what Adam Campbell is.
Well, we've got 2 minutes of added on time here at the end of the first half, and I think the tactics Gateshead are using trying to go through the centre at the feet is the best one, because they're not the fastest defenders. Aerial battle, you're not gonna pick out much from that, but nodded away now. Put over the top there by Robbie Tinkler, and can Kedwin Scott get there and keep it in? He can. He gets past his. Just trickled out after he got there.
Lucky boy there, the defender, by the way.
Well, it's a throw in on the far side level with the corner of the box, and as I say, it is 1-0 here. We're in the dying moments of the first half. We're in added on time, and they say it hasn't been pretty at times, but at the same time, they haven't really been put that much under pressure, apart from the odd glancing ball into the box.
I think the only thing I'd like to see is trying to put under pressure a bit more, and he's not really made a save, has he?
No, unless he did get a fingertip to that one that hit the post. But it's a nice ball, but Vaughan has just done enough to get in front of Campbell and clears the ball down the right-hand side of the pitch. But Story yet again is there to clear it out a touch, and caught by one of the.
He's a great half.
He has. As I say, if he carries on the second half like this, definitely a candidate for man of the match in my eyes. But there's a long way to go and a lot of football to be played. As Vaughan now takes the throw in. Spencer dropping deep. So that's a frustrated lone striker, that, when he's the man dropping deep to collect them balls. Should be on the edge of the box for them. Diggy, his ball control has not been fantastic today. And here we go. I think we could get a card here. A little bit of silliness from Vaughan.
You could feasibly put both of them, by the way.
Yeah. Vaughan Diggy went away with the ball and threw it up in the air. Then it fell and come off Vaughan's heel. He kicked it away, but silliness from both players, really. But you'd rather have frustrated defenders playing against you than happy ones. And he brings it in, and Vaughan, nearly a free kick. A half-time whistle goes. Gateshead 1, Farsley Celtic 0. Kedwin Scott breaking the deadlock after a lovely through ball from Adam Campbell, who just seems to have a fantastic radar on that right boot at the minute, and the left boot. Let's not forget about that strike on Saturday. But Mark said would go in this stage of the season. It doesn't always have to be pretty.
It doesn't, but I think when Gateshead have got it down and played it, they've played some lovely stuff. The pitch, we should say, is cutting up quite a bit. Second game in 3 days on here. But I just think if they can get the ball down and really get, we'll mention the two of them again, but Campbell and Ollie on the ball and get the likes of Kedwin Scott and Macaulay Langstaff running at this defence. I think there's more goals in this.
That's it. Well, if you want to see some goals, you're about to. We're going to put up the highlights from the Spennymoor game from Gateshead FC TV. We'll be back with you in about 10 minutes, and we'll be talking about the second half starting. So, we're going to say this is our social medias. Please do follow us and like us and subscribe. Do it all. That is what we want you to do. And then sit back, get yourself a cup of tea, and prepare yourself for the second half, and also relive Saturday's magic. Philip Marshall is in goal for Gateshead, wearing number 1. Robbie Tinkler, Alex Nicholson, Lewis Story, the centre-back pairing with Matty Jacob playing left-back, Owen Bailey, the captain Greg Ollie, Danny Greenfield, Adam Campbell, Macaulay Langstaff and Kedwin Scott. Closed down by Chandler, has to turn, plays it inside to Greenfield, whose first touch was good, goes for the shot, grass cutter, past the post. Oh,
very good start.
Just a little bit of hesitation there for Greenfield. I thought he might have pulled the trigger a bit sooner.
Yeah, I think we're just lining it up. No great start from the boys on the front foot. It's exactly what you want.
Controls it, tries to pick out the run of Macaulay Langstaff. Beautiful ball, he's going to get there. Oh, the keeper was his line super fast. I thought he was just going to nick it in front of him. The feet of Campbell puts a ball through for Macaulay Langstaff, and he needs support here. He's got the ball down towards the left-hand side of the box, cuts in. Can he get it across there? He can. There's nobody there. That was beautiful work by Langstaff. He just carried the ball forward. We'll wait. Taylor to come forward. Now he takes the kick. Oh, and he puts it the other side of where the keeper goes. And that is 1-0 to Spennymoor from the penalty spot. And, well, so you've got to be a little bit disappointed because Spennymoor, the first real chance of running on the goal.
Yeah, first time you've been in the box, first shot. But look, that's what Phil's here for. He'll learn from that.
Now it comes in towards the near post and headed past the goal. No, not the greatest clearance from Greenfield. And on the right wing, Tinkler has it, but he lays it back and that was a poor ball back to Nicholson, intercepted. It's 2-on-1. It's played across to Glenn Taylor, who takes a touch, goes for the shot. Oh, great save from Marshall down to his left, and hooked clear by Gateshead. Watch Gateshead in possession because they haven't moved the ball forward, but they have now on the right hand side is Tinkler. And the ball just wouldn't go through, but Kedwin Scott gets it through to Campbell. Can he get a shot off? Lays it to Macaulay Langstaff.
Yes, get it.
Oh! Another fantastic passage of play from Gateshead this season that leads to a goal. Kevin Scott's work rate, he won the ball back, then there's the pass round the defenders, and, well, calm and composed. I thought he might have just left it a little bit too late when he got the ball at his feet.
Yeah, completely unselfish from Adam Campbell, just put it on it there for Macca. The front three linking up very well. The ball probably haven't seen as much of the ball as they would like, but, they get one sniff and they put it away.
Now Ollie has it on the right hand side of the box, goes for the shot. Oh, and it goes through the legs of Story. I mean, his keeper had it covered. If it had got a little nick off a boot there, it might have went on his left hand side. And Gateshead having to defend as Ramshaw. And the linesman changes his mind, so does the referee, and the ball's quickly played down the line to Hall. Hall down towards the dead ball, cuts inside, plays the ball into the box, and hook clear by Langstaff. Only his first Chandler, who goes for glory, and it skims off Marshall's fingers. But the ball's going to come in towards the 6-yard area, and it's headed over. But hits the bar from Tate, and Marshall was having to stretch there. Yeah, no excuses. I've got the team sheet in front of us.
They do look very similar.
Yeah, it's not the easiest numbers to pick out, though, is it? The white on the yellow shirt. And Tinkler picks up on the right hand touch line. Ball's going to bounce out for a throw to Gateshead, who we want to take it quickly, and he's got it to Ollie in the box. Dinks it to Campbell. Campbell drives forward, still going with the ball, goes for a curling shot.
Get in!
That was pure filth from Adam Campbell. An X-rated goal. He drove with the ball along the edge of the box. and just curled that pass with pure perfection. Pure filth, Adam Campbell.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Oh,
I'm absolutely over the moon for him.
I'm gobsmacked by that. That was a beautiful goal. Oh,
From where we're sitting, it looked like it was just going to sail, and then just last minute, you just seen it go to the other side of the post.
well, Ramshaw's in space here on the left-hand side. Tinkler's there is half going to cover it. There's Taylor goes for the shot, goes about 5 yards wide. It is still Gateshead 2, Spennymoor 1, 65 minutes gone here, about to go into the 66 minutes.
Yeah, I didn't want to say it before he took it, but I've seen against Alfred.
Oh, Marshall with a poor clearance there, and Ramshaw has the ball on the left-hand side, cut into the middle. Can they get a shot off over the bar? Taylor really should have hit the target there, but Gateshead let off the hook. I don't know if they're jumping up and down to the song or the chords, but Ian Watson and Mike Williamson pull going. Well, you mentioned earlier on about the Spennymoor defenders having the sun in their eyes. It looks like that problem's gone now as the sun disappears behind us down in, and that's a poor ball back. Great save recovery there, but Gateshead it isn't over yet. As the ball goes over the top, is it going to land about the net? Goes past the post, and Gateshead really do need to switch on at the back because we're gifting opportunities here. Ollie puts it in. Oh, and hooked clear by Curtis. McCall Langstaff brings it down. Can he get the shot off? Oh, just past the post. But he showed great control to bring it down. Just couldn't find the back of the net.
Yeah, he's done really well to put the ball out there and then get a quick second touch to get away from the defender, but just dragged it wide of the post on that occasion.
Moke in midfield. Tries to turn Ollie. Ollie's sticking to him like glue. Now the ball's played over the top. It's a good run, but lovely interception from Lewis Story. And well, that is Curtis wrestled Scott, and he says no. He wrestled and he had the shirt off his back. Well, ball into the box. Taylor gets a header off, and well, you just expected that to land into the side netting there, didn't you? Still says we've got listeners, so hopefully glitches in the system. There's Tinkler puts the ball on for Kedwin Scott. Oh, and well, Tate did enough to block him from having a proper shot there. Ewan Hazard, there's about 10 or 11 minutes left. We've added on time. It'll be a nervy 10 or 12 minutes as Campbell tries to put the ball out to the left-hand side, but it's intercepted and cleared by Spennymoor, and Chandler puts that ball into the clouds, and it falls to Gateshead. Those Charters first touch picks out Macaulay Langstaff, goes for a short grass cutter. The keeper was scrambling just in case. It was interestingly advertised on Twitter for transfers. The ball comes in. Oh, it was Bailey that was coming in there. Gateshead need to win this header. Oh, it's a back header from Nicholson. It's now a view. Oh, can Gateshead offer soon now on the ball, edge of the box. As he's been pushed wide central, goes for the shot. Straight into Marshall's hands, and goes down and holds it. Tinkler launches the ball forward, and there you go. That is the full-time whistle. Gateshead had to come from behind, but the points are in the bag, and they move 3 points clear at the top of the National League table. And say it wasn't pretty at times, but they had that extra bit of class just to see it out.
Oh, really good. Points on the board. Obviously, not many teams played today, so it's good to get a game in, and obviously points on the board. You'd rather have them than have games in hand, so no, good result. And
a special moment as well. I mean, the first goal was a nice passage of play, link-up play between the front three strikers, but that individual solo goal from Adam Campbell was an absolute peach. Contender for goal of the season, surely.
Yeah, fantastic. Can't wait to see it back. I just hope we did it justice. I'm sure we did.
There's a lot of moaning and groaning coming from us too, but it wasn't moans and groans in a bad way. It was the good moans and groans.
Yeah.
And Dan, thank you very much. Hopefully, I'll say we might have you back on the commentary one. Hi, hello there. Sorry about that. I don't know. I need to have a little look at what my microphone's doing. I hope you enjoyed the highlights there. Reliving Saturday's fine win against Spennymoor. And yes, I did get a little bit excited on the Aaron Campbell goal, but what a goal to get excited about. And so here we are, approaching for the teams to come back out here for the second half at Gateshead International Stadium. Gateshead versus Farsley Celtic. It's 1-0 to Gateshead through Kedwin Scott, latching onto a fine through ball from Adam Campbell, and sees Gateshead in front here. And if it stays this way, Gateshead will be 6 points clear this evening of the National League North, because other teams are not playing. But Gateshead would much rather have those games played and points in the bag than chase another team. I'll go through the half-time scores. An interesting one. AFC Fylde are losing 1-0 at home to Darlington Chester. They're losing 1-0 at home to Spennymoor. So on the west side of the country, the northeast teams are doing well there. Players National 0, Hereford 0, Gateshead 1, Farsley 0, of course. Gloucester 0, Alfred 0. It's Telford 1. They're winning 1-0 away to Kettering. Kidderminster are winning 1-0 at home to Boston United. And it's Southport 1, Blythe 1. And a little bit further down the leagues, a little look and interest. South Shields are winning 2-1 at home to leaders Matlock. But if they carry on with that, they'll be the leaders at the end of affairs there tonight at Mariners Park. And just having a little look around. There's been an interruption at the Sunderland game. I don't know what's happened there, whether it's floodlights or I don't know. I think Mark is going to have a little look at Twitter and see what's happening there on that one. But thank you very much, everyone that has joined us. We've got some very high viewing figures. So please do interact with us. We'd love to hear from you. Let us know where you're listening from in the world. It's been really good. And see a couple of people here have sent a message. Aaron Rutherford has put a big half coming up away. And we have a message as well from Sarah Mollett. The goal was a goal and a half, though, from Campbell. It certainly was. It's a medical emergency in the crowd. So we really, it's becoming all too regular that. Hopefully the person involved is all right, makes a full recovery. We come to football to enjoy ourselves, and everyone should go home safe no matter what football club you support. Mark, just having a look around there. We only really want to concentrate on this fixture, but you can't help but look at that half-time score for Darlington away at AFC Fylde. Of course, Gateshead wanting to, cement themselves at the top, but you want a little gap to, give yourself a cushion from teams that are also chasing for automatic promotion.
The manager talk will be focus on yourselves, because if Gateshead win every game between now and the end of the season, they win the league. Simple as that.
Yeah.
I say simple as that. That's not simple at all, but they are the facts. However, if your Fyldes and your Kidderminsters and Brackleys, if they start dropping points, it's a big bonus. But what Mike Williamson and him watching the news story won't want Gateshead to do is take their foot off the pedal if clubs around them start losing, because you've got to punish that. You've got to be clinical. You've got to, you've got to really go out and just hammer home what you've got here, which is an advantage at the top of the league. And if other clubs are dropping points, then that's even better.
It certainly is. Right, we're just got a little bit of housekeeping. If you haven't been to our new website, it's still a work in progress. We still want to develop it more. But headarmy.com if you'd like to visit and bookmark us and see if you do that. Also, as well, we have ordered the Heed Army podcast mugs. I'll put up the design. We will have them available soon, and it'll make your tea or coffee taste just that much better. But this is the design. They'll be £7 each. And we'll hopefully have them, and we'll advertise when they are available to buy. So if you'd like to support the podcast, that would be fantastic. Also, as well, tomorrow night, the Heed Army podcast is on at 9 p.m, normally on a Thursday, but this week it is Wednesday night, and we'll be talking about the final win against Spennymoor and, of course, the result from tonight. So please do join us. It's fully interactive. It's a video show, and we'll be having some guests, hopefully, playing out the highlights from this game. Post-match interviews as well from Gateshead FC TV. And as I say, just before the teams are back out onto the pitch now, we'd just like to say a big well done as well, because the highlights were given a little bit something special this past week from Jack McGragan, the media manager at Gateshead. He's down there on the pitch side recording stuff on his own camera, and he's been mixing it in with the official highlights. You would have seen there a lot of touchline action, and it really adds something. You don't really see it at the top level, let alone at the level we're at now. So
Well, I think
where credit's due.
I think Newcastle started doing it recently as well.
Have
And it really does add to it.
It really does. It's so it shows the emotions of the players when they go for shots, if they miss, and or tackles. It just adds it all in.
So coming on for.
Oh yes, so it looks like Lewis Turner is going to come on. I can't see who is missing at the moment. I think it's the right back is gone. Left back even. No, right back. Yes, it is. It's Ethan Vaughan, who, well, I'm guessing the manager might have had words with him at half time, but yeah, so they've got to change, and I imagine, well, no, like for like, he's going out towards the right back position out there.
Yeah, I think just they need to freshen things up. Maybe a concern that he was going to get himself a red card, because I think he was, probably could have been booked early in the half for time wasting, and then did get booked right on half time. So maybe just a little concern.
Well, Gateshead shooting from left to right here in their black and white checky shirts, and Farsley Celtic in their all sky blue are going to be shooting towards the River Tyne, and we are about to get underway here for the second half. It's 1-0 to Gateshead as it stands. 45 minutes remain between Gateshead going 6 points clear at the top, but anything can happen, and you won't miss a kick with us as Adam Campbell drives forward the ball, nearly gets the ball through to Macaulay Langstaff, and Farsley, the substitute, gets his first touch and clears the ball up the pitch, Turner, and it goes out for a throw into Gateshead.
Great start. Nice and fast-paced on the front foot straight away. That's what Gateshead need to do.
Straight in there. Well, let's see, we did mention in the build-up that Dan Ward, who has been on commentary with us the past few weeks, he's on the bench, which is great to see him return. I don't know if he's fit enough to play many minutes, but it'd be nice to see him get back on the pitch. There's a ball through there for Kedwin Scott. Just bounces through to the keeper.
The funny thing is, Dave, I was going to be on the bench if Dan Ward was on commentary, so it's a win-win, isn't it?
I wonder if I'll ever get on the bench.
Nope.
You can't get on a pitch with crutches. As may get bogged down. As Gateshead have the ball, now passed it back to Magnay. His touch takes it to Tinkler. Tinkler closed down, just holds it up and passes it back to Magnay, who plays it up the pitch to Kedwin Scott. Lovely ball, and was he caught late there? He was caught on the heels there.
Do you know, Gateshead have done that really well? That little pass on the half turn, it's working really well, getting the ball out wide and really opening up this pitch.
I'd like to give a little bit of credit to Carl Magnay there, because that ball through to Kedwin Scott was quite good. We talk about Lewis Story having good vision, but that was a nice ball through.
It's the weight on it. It makes it easier to get that pass away out wide and, really get some fizz on it.
Well, got a free kick here, and the wind is really starting to pick up. You can see the floodlights are actually shaking on the pitch, the light.
But not the only thing shaking there.
As the ball comes into the middle there, headed clear by, I think it was Spencer, and now on the far side, and bounces through, but goes out for a throw-in to Farsley. As we wait for this to be taken. It's launched down the right-hand side of the pitch and headed forward.
Failed to equalised.
Oh, well, there we go. Oh, lovely back header there. And can Campbell get through? Oh, sorry.
I'll tell you what.
Wasn't. That could be the last man.
It's yellow. It's going to be
yellow. It's a yellow card there. It was Kedwin Scott, not Campbell. He was absolutely flying through. That's why I thought it was Campbell.
He's lucky Diggy was behind him there.
Yeah.
Because he's off if not.
Oh, well, that was a lovely back head there, wasn't it? And just through he went. Sorry, that wasn't the back head there, was it? Did he backhead that through there?
Just flicked it.
Yeah, he just flicked it, yeah.
But I think it's, if Diggy's not there, he's off, because it's outside the area, so you don't get the double jeopardy.
It's about 1 or 2 yards from the edge of the box here. It's in the centre of the D. And, second guessing myself there if it had been knocked through. Or if it was flicked through. Well, there's a few players standing over it. We know a few players will fancy it. Greg Ollie isn't the man I thought might have took it. I think it's Macaulay Langstaff standing there, as well as Bailey. And I think Bailey is taking a few steps back. So is Macaulay Langstaff. It's going to be left to Bailey here.
Power.
And Ollie, no. Lovely work. Can he finish it? He
Brilliant.
can!
Brilliant.
Oh! They just left the defence napping there. It wasn't played with pace. It was it was just precision and just left the defender standing there.
David, they made us look right mugs there. Not that they didn't want to try to do that, but we both thought it was going to be power. Brilliant weight on the pass from Ollie. And what a finish from Kedwin Scott. I'll tell you what, Dave, we were talking about before the game. No Gateshead player's got a hat-trick this season.
Well, he's on 2 goals. He just peeled off to the side there of the set piece, and the defence was static. They were expecting pace or to go over the wall, and it was just passed gently to the side. Everyone remained static. Kedwin Scott it wasn't an easy finish. It wasn't an empty goal by any stretch of the imagination, but he got it into the corner of the net.
It's a great ball in because it's really cut the defence out, and it's a good first touch, made the second touch easier, and it's just such a good finish from a player who was banging form.
Well, 2-0 here, and now what have Farsley Celtic got in reply? They're bottom of the league. Confidence, can it be that high? And do they have the fight to make something of this game? But 2-0. So Mark, I think you've said it numerous times, it's the most dangerous scoreline in football.
It is.
But they've got a set piece here. They've got a free kick just inside Gateshead's half, about 5 to 8 yards in, and all the big men are up. They're going to try and whip this one into the box as it goes up, and it's going to be nodded into the box. Spencer tries to chase it down, and he sees it out for a corner. Well,
you look at the way the wind's blowing. Maybe it's just stopped a little bit.
I know it's swirling around, and the floodlights on the far side have stopped shaking at the moment. But
you think this is going to go right in?
It is as well. It's deep. It's going to go towards Diggy. Diggy wins the header. Couldn't go guide it goalwards, and it goes out there. But I tell you what, if you think it's going to be a treat on the highlights to watch that goal for very different reasons to the Campbell one. It was. They've obviously talked about it because they knew what they were doing. It looked like several players were set up to take it, and he ran forward and just tapped it to Kedwin Scott.
I mean, like I say, the weight on the pass has made it difficult for the defence to get back and really put pressure on Kedwin. But his first touch was actually really clever. He's let it run across his body. It's made his second touch of the shot easier to get away and quicker to get away. And it's a simple finish, but it's not really. The keeper's trying to put him under pressure. He's had to go across goal, and he's really found the corner of that net.
Well, they've got another free kick, and they're using it like a set piece. The keeper's going, pumping it into the box towards Diggy. Diggy. Well, looked like he's fouled Magnier there.
Slight hint of a foul there. Carl Magner's had a really good game tonight.
He has. I think with the fitness coming back into the full-time game, getting into the groove, he looks a lot more confident in himself than what he did in the first few appearances. And also he looks a lot more comfortable at centre-back. Bailey just beats a few men, picks out Kedwin Scott, just stuck under his feet, but manages to get it to McCall Langstaff on the right wing. He's got a man to beat in front of him, takes it down to dead ball line, crosses it across. Oh, lovely flick back! Oh,
you know
that was beautiful from Campbell.
It was, but without the flick, I think is that going towards Kedwin Scott or far post?
It could have been, but that was lightning stuff there. Macaulay Langstaff, I thought he didn't get down to the dead ball line fully. He crossed it just before, and I was like, wow, caught us off guard. But it's just they've just went up a gear, haven't they?
They have, and it's been a much better start to the second half than it was to the first, and they look comfortable. There's a little bit of a cushion there. I really love the forward three.
Open the ball. Macaulay Langstaff brings down the edge of the box. Oh, just skipped away from him. Defender got in front of it. We've got lots of messages coming in. I'll try and read some out. We've got a throw in here. Classes, form is temporary, classes permanent. They've got to get a few more here. So try and read them as in between breaks. But thank you for all your messages. Keep them coming. A lot of people celebrating as the ball crossed up the box, but cleared. Only as far as Story, just inside his own half in the centre circle. Pumps it out to the right-hand side. Kedwin Scott controls it. Not the best control. It just skipped up on him. And Farsley managed to pump it clear now. Walker lays it to Spencer. Spencer dances past Ollie. Can it get past him a second time, though? And now Ollie drives into the centre. He's still going himself. Beats another man. Keeps going. Diggy just put his foot out and stopped it. But I think Greg Ollie's been watching videos of Brazilians.
I think Brazilians watch videos of Greg Ollie.
Oh, you beat us. You beat us there. I was just about to go into it. As now Story brings it down. Oh, that's a poor ball. Ollie, but Ollie managed to get it through, but it's going to go out of play there.
It's Telford a 2-0 up at Kettering. Wow.
Just in front of us here on the left-hand side of the pitch is cutting up a lot more than the right-hand side. There is a lot of dark patches on that side, and I think Story's clearance there before just got bobbled in it somewhat. Parker is furious. He's screaming at the referee and calming him down. He was well within his rights to get a yellow there. Don't know. Obviously, he might not have swore at him, but that was quite a ferocious yell at the referee.
There's no need for it either.
Well, Atkinson, the captain, comes in to try and calm him down. Gateshead throw as Robbie Tinkler has the ball in his hands. Magne drops deep. Gateshead plenty of time, not being closed down at the moment. You all right there?
The ball seemed to pop up on there. Oh, Magne there. Oh, what a touch.
Oh, lovely touch from Jacob. Oh, and that's a
proper tackle.
Proper tackle. And he's come off the worst for it. The Farsley player there, I think, is it Turner? Yeah, he won the ball, but
Gateshead trying to take a quick one from about 30 yards forward.
Yeah, well, he's I think it's Turner, the substitute who came on at half time. Yeah, he went in full blooded there, won the ball, but when Jacob went over the top of him, someone's asked why Brackley aren't playing. I think waterlogged pitch.
They were at Guiseley.
Yeah, Guiseley. So there's a couple of games off like
it's
that.
Same with Chorley and York.
So yeah, Chorley not having the best of luck with their pitch this season, but considering we've had about 10 storms in 9 days, and they've all come across it, Spennymoor have doubled their lead at Chester, and just having a look about, and it's still 1-0 to Kidderminster at home to Boston. Blythe 1-1, and it is 1-1 still at Fylde Darlington. So
do you know, I don't know if it may take my eye off the ball a bit here, but it feels as if it was about 10 minutes since Chorley were just behind Gateshead in the league in terms of points on position, but now you look, they're on 45, Gateshead on 63.
Oh, they've had a few things happen. They lost probably arguably the best striker in Chadwell, who when I seen him play against us in the FA Cup last year, of course they went on to have a magnificent FA Cup run. He was a really good player, and I was speaking to, I think it was a BBC Lincolnshire reporter, and they said they were actually shocked that he was playing that level because he dropped right down. But obviously Southend have took a chance on him, and he's scoring goals. So, but there's been a few players that have left rivals in the promotion challenging areas that have lost key strikers.
And then you get Fylde who are just signing.
Yeah, they're saying Mark Cullen, having a North East lad, Ashton, isn't it? He's from. So he's went back across. He was at Blackpool a couple of seasons ago, so I don't know if he's got, maybe a girlfriend or wife from that area, but he's off the pitch. It looks like Turner, the substitute, is going to have to be replaced.
I don't know if I think it might be his arm, you know. I don't know if he's got his arm held across.
Yeah. I don't know when he's slid in, if he's turned and got caught as Chapman come down on top of him, but it's going to be Will Sutton that comes on here. So a substitution forced through injury for the substitute. Unfortunate. We hope Lewis Turner's all right. But we've had a break in play here, probably about 3 minutes, so there'll be a fair bit of added on time here at the end. That's if Gateshead make a few substitutions of their own, of course. Can you speak French, Mark?
I think that's how many goals.
Or how many goals? It's 2-0. So thank you very much to Paco. Hopefully we've got the members of the French Heat Army now. As ball's put over the top there, just too much on it from Taylor Charters. No movement from the Gateshead bench just yet. We're in the 59th minute. Not much for Gateshead to worry about changing at the moment.
It's good pressure.
Pushing out there as Taylor Charters, and every player's trying to push down now, and now the ball falls to Tinkler, and the well read there by he didn't pass it to where he wanted to, did Adam Clayton, and now Tinkler's back in possession, plays it inside to Ollie. Ollie looks up and sees Campbell in space on the far side. He brings it down. He's got a man to beat, but plays it inside to Charters. Charters is going to cross a ball into the back post. Tinkler was waiting, but it was headed clear by Tinkler with a fantastic recovery tackle. And Gateshead pick up the loose ball. Ollie on the right hand side plays it inside to Scott. Scott plays it to Ollie. Brilliant. Down to the dead ball line. Can he cross it across goal? He can. It's nodded clear by Diggy, and it's going to fall down to Taylor Charters, who lays it off the Bailey. Now with Jacob. Back to Charters. Charters puts it out to Campbell on the left-hand side. He's got the overlap if he needs it, but he cuts inside himself, goes for a cross in, but deflected away, and Ollie pings the ball back to Story, who brings it down just inside the centre circle. Back out to the left-hand side with Jacob. As the ball comes into the box. Crucial interception by the defender, and another good interception by Magny. Wins the ball, keeps going. Magny, can he get past another man? Was he fouled? Referee says no. Kedwin Scott picks up the loose ball. He's trying to beat 4 players. He's still going. Round another one. And Diggy with a fantastic tackle. Out. Taylor Charters. He scuffed. Well, he caught that one. It just went wide. I thought he was going to lay it off to Campbell on the left-hand side. But, hey, why not go for it? The defence was at 6s and 7s.
Yeah, that was really great play from Carl Magny, really tenacious. And then a lovely little run from Kedwin Scott. I thought he was going to go all the way through, you know. To be fair to the defender, it's a pretty decent tackle in the end, but he's just got something on the ball. I think Charters maybe should have played in Campbell. It was free and on goal, but as you say, you can't blame him.
Bailey wins a header there. Clayton's header falls to Campbell, who puts it over the top for Kedwin Scott. Just too much on it, bounces through to Teneri in the goal. And he quickly tried to get up towards Spencer, who under pressure, Magny wins the header, gets it to Macaulay Langstaff, who's under pressure himself, twisting and turning, still got the ball, plays all the way back to Marshall, and just lays up the ball back up the pitch and headed forward by Clayton to Ollie. Ollie nods it to Langstaff. Ollie just couldn't control that there. And we've got another message in a foreign language. I don't know what this one says. I don't know, Mark, are you...
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you very much. I wish I knew what you were saying. Maybe you could put it in Google Translate first. That would help us. But
David, I told you the answer is yes.
Yeah. We appreciate every message and subscription. Please do support us. Remember, the Heat Army podcast normal show is tomorrow night. It's a video podcast. We have guests and we'll be talking about everything that's happened with Gateshead FC this week, and we'd love to have you along for the ride. As Farsley Celtic Teddy up the back, playing a ball at the top towards Spencer, tries to get in between there. Lovely stuff from Robbie Tinkler. I don't think he didn't give the foul, but I tell you what, Tinkler got in there, and that was a brave bit of defending to put it back to Marshall.
It's done brilliantly.
As the ball comes forward then, too much on it.
It's happened a little bit too much, that. Just trying to get that ball forward a bit too quickly and just putting too much on it. I know it's difficult to judge when the wind's blowing a bit, but I think just sometimes be a little bit more patient.
Teneri kicks it up and headed clear by Gateshead. Now it's pumped over the top for...
Better one.
And that was a push down by Diggy, and the referee says no given. There's no foul. But someone's after a hat-trick today. Kedwin Scott is trying to latch on every ball that's forward. There's now Farsley Celtic tried to thread it through. They've still got the ball on the far side. I think Parkin is twisting and turning. He's still got the ball at his feet. Can he lay it off now, though, to Grattan? Grattan has the ball. Now Buttroyd crosses in. It's deep, very deep. Nodded back in by a Farsley Celtic player from the far side of the box and cleared out for a throw-in on the far side.
Gateshead just got to keep their heads here and just, stay focused. Got that lead, earned it.
Well, we've got a message here from Jack. I'm stuck in a hotel room in London, but loving the commentary. Rather be freezing my his whatnot off in the main stand to keep it up, guys.
Wow.
I missed that. I was reading the message.
Well, was it Sutton came on at right back for Farsley's just managed to do a foul throw, which we don't see very often these days.
Oh, well, that's
How nostalgic.
yes. And that's the give him the bit of politeness. Have you got any goals there for us, Mark?
Yeah, Spartans are 2-1 up now at Southport.
Wow. Well, North East side's doing well down there on the west coast.
Be a bit of a shock.
There's a ball nodded forward. Farsley trying to get the ball of Spencer as well, but when he falls to a Gateshead player now, Taylor Charters, he's running with the ball. He's still going, tries to play through, bounces off his beautiful handball. It did deflect off a player, but I think it'd be very harsh to give that one up towards Spencer. Tinkler calmly nods it back to Marshall. JJ O'Donnell, former Gateshead player.
Kidderminster 2-0 up now.
Well, even if they win their games in hand at the moment, they still won't catch Gateshead. And that ball across to the right-hand side is going to bounce all the way through to Tinkler. Tinkler has Ollie for support. Plays it inside to Kedwin Scott, though. Oh, lovely vision out to Ollie on the right-hand side of the box. He plays it into the centre. Lays it off to Tinkler. Did Scott tried to pick out Macaulay Langstaff behind Diggy, but it was going to have to be inch perfect. But now it's with Campbell on left-hand side. He drives with the ball. Manages to get it out on the far side. And can it be kept in? No. And it's a throw in to... Oh, no. It was Gateshead throw. It must have took a deflection.
There is one good result going Gateshead's way. Is that Dalton just gone 2-1 at the trial?
Wow. That would be a massive, massive result. As Ollie controls the ball. He's under pressure, though. Lays it off to Charters. Charters now picks out Campbell on the edge of the box in the far corner. He's still going with the ball. He's still got the ball. Can he finish it? What a goal! Oh! He's done it again! Oh! Oh! Why does he make these noises? Adam Campbell. What a beautiful strike. This time with his right boot from the edge of the box again into the top right-hand corner. Oh,
David, go and have a moment with yourself, please. That is absolutely outstanding from Adam Campbell. It's a brilliant touch. He's got inside, got past 2 or 3. He tried to close him down, and then you wonder, has he got the finish from the angle? I'll tell you what, if his goal on Saturday was good, I'd probably make that even better, because that is absolutely sublime. Yes, it's on his stronger foot. I'm going to go back to that conversation on that thread, by the way, Dave, on that Heed Army Facebook page. What a finish that is. Absolutely stunning.
wow. I need a strong cup of coffee after that one.
You need a tab.
Oh, I don't even smoke. Wow. Adam Campbell making it 3-0. Oh.
Tila, where are you going?
All right. Throw into Gateshead. And, oh. Well. Throw into Farsley Celtic. Oh. Oh. And the Captain Atkinson, not exactly happy. And, well, Farsley Celtic players are not happy at the moment. And Campbell's going to get a word too as well.
You know what? I like that from Carl Magnick. That's really good because he's went in there and he's just got in between Campbell and the Farsley player.
He's showing his experience
Sam
there.
Walker. Just looking after his mate, wasn't
He certainly was. Well, we still await this throw here. But
sorry, Dave. Just going back to that goal. It's one of them where the minute he leaves his foot, you know where it's going. And you could, what I love, and I could be wrong, and I don't know if this is me mind playing tricks on the keeper just watches it because he knows he can do nothing about it. It's such a great goal.
There's no one can get to that. The where he hit it from was just beautiful. But a ball into the box, Magny heads it clear. Macaulay Langstaff, a little touch, didn't manage to pick out a teammate. There's put across by Walker to the far side, and now Farsley. They're trying to push and drive forward with the ball, but to little effect at the moment. And
we're looking at we're talking about how well Story and Magny brought the ball out and how well they played on the ground. I don't think they've been beaten in the air all night.
No.
When balls have gone forward, they're winning literally everything.
And if they have been beaten, they've been in a position to stop the ball moving forward. So it's just been I say, well, we're not there yet, but 69th minute, Gateshead fully in control here, and it's much of the same all season. They believe in the process, keep playing the way they play. They believe in what they do, and it doesn't matter if they go a goal behind or if they go one in front. It's the same motto. But now Tinkler brings the ball forward on the right hand side. That's the back. And oh wow, it was a Blythe winning 3-1 away to Southport. As Diggy wins the ball and lays it off. Now the ball's put over the top for Spencer to try and run onto. Magne just does enough to stop him getting forward, and Spencer still twisting and turning. No, he's doing well. He's put it out to the right hand side now. A few blue shirts in the centre then, blocked by Jacob on the far side, and it's out for a throw.
Yeah, I wonder if this is maybe a chance to, if he is obviously fully fit, you'd think he is if he's on the bench, but maybe a chance to get downwards.
Oh, and a slip at the back, and now Campbell drives forward. He's got Scott on the inside. He's passed it to him. Can he get a shot off? Lays it back off to Campbell, goes for a shot, blocked corner. Lovely stuff between the front two. The Farsley defence got back there, closed the angles, but they still managed to get a shot off.
Kind of panic coming on.
Well, we talk about this young man and his development, and these are the type of games that they introduce him in where things are going well, and it looks like it is going to be, well, we're not going to see a hat-trick tonight. It is Kedwin Scott coming off. He's given his all tonight. He's scored 2 good goals. And well, off he comes to a fantastic reception from the Tyne and Weir stand. And he's going to be replaced by the Academy product, Connor Panny. And Gateshead have a corner here. Can Panny get a dream substitute appearance and get his first touch of a goal? He's even got his own song as the ball is about to be whipped in by Greg Ollie. Hits the first man, cleared. But it's going to, for Connor Panny's first touch was great to bring Adam Campbell into play. He's on the right-hand side, crosses the ball in himself. In comes keeper had to come off his line quickly. And, well, Lewis Story needs to be careful here as he's caught the referee, the goalkeeper as he kicked the ball. And, well, Trineri's down.
Boston have got one back at Kidderminster.
Oh. Could it be the perfect evening?
The Spartan scorer was another player with Gateshead connections, by the way.
It was McNall who had a loan spell here. And his dad, of course, well thought of legendary goal scorer in these parts. Gateshead fans really enjoying themselves so far.
And rightly so. This, we spoke about professional performances. We spoke about doing things the right way, and Gateshead have been brilliant tonight. They've done really well. It could get frustrating in the first half, but they just kept doing what they do, kept getting the ball down, they kept playing their sort of football.
I think Macaulay Langstaff's offside here. Yeah, you can see didn't get a contact with the ball. Ball was cleared by the goalkeeper. And it's going to fall to Ollie, who dinks it to Taylor Charters. That managed to get Panny out the far side. Panny driving on the overlap, but now it's been played through. I thought he was a little bit closer than what he was there. Campbell to get onto that, but Farsley, they're trying to play out from the back. Gateshead showing fantastic pressure here. They're playing like the 1-0 down, trying to close down Farsley when they're on the ball.
That's a sign of a good side. When you can, even when you're 3-0 up, when you keep doing those, keep those standards high and keep pushing and keep pressing.
Well, Gateshead now will be, I think, plus 32 goals in goal difference. And, well, when you've got goal difference like that, that's as valuable as a point.
Plus 31, same as Kidderminster are at the moment.
Yeah.
So I thought we've got one back against Blythe.
Oh, well, goals are plenty around the National League North involving North East sides. Will there be any more goals here? Stay with us. 74 minutes gone as Bailey drops deep into the centre of defence to distribute this ball to Ollie. Ollie turns his man, plays it through. Macaulay Langstaff, and, well, Buttroyd had to be quick to get that, and, well,
Good pressure from Langstaff.
made him put it out for a throw. You do feel that there's more goals in this game for Gateshead if they can keep the pressure up. It's getting to that stage now where Farsley Celtic are just probably wanting to get back on the bus back. Bailey plays it inside to Campbell. Campbell plays it over the top for Connor Panny. Can he cross this ball in? Oh, he keeps it, takes it himself, lays it off. Oh,
Yeah, he's done brilliantly.
He really did, and he
Lovely idea.
showed composure there as well. I thought he might have just whipped that in, but took a touch and tried to pick out a man. Well, ball comes into Campbell, nods it down to Panny. Panny plays it, well, it's deflected and cleared as Spencer brings it down. Spencer under pressure from Lewis Story, and Story manages to get a foot to it to put it out for a throw. Now, Walker puts the ball over the top towards Spencer here on the left-hand side. Lays it back to the captain Atkinson. It's all down the left-hand side of the pitch at the minute for Farsley. Walker plays it to Buttroyd. Buttroyd gets past Ollie and judged to being fouled. There's a bit of a weak one, that, from the referee.
Could have missed the back 3-1. No, 2-goal lead.
Oh, well.
But look, again, we mentioned the work rate there, and you look, Farsley, that's probably the first time this half we've had a bit of sustained possession.
Yeah.
But they've never had a chance to really settle on the ball. Gateshead just pressing.
This was the place where I thought Farsley might have the greatest chance of putting pressure on the Gateshead defence from a set piece, as this one is whipped in. They're going to aim towards, cleared by Gateshead though from Carl Magnay, and the ball is, I thought it's just going to fall to Ollie there, but it's spun back to Walker, and pass back to Walker, pass forward there. Sorry, Walker's that one. They've got offside flag.
He's not, you know.
Well, Mike Williamson shaking his head right next to the linesman, and the flag went up very, very quickly there.
Wow.
We're going to see the third and final substitution for Farsley. As Spencer having a tussle with Bailey. Hook clear. It's going to fall to Buttroyd, who puts it back up to the edge of the box. Headed clear by Bailey. Now Connor Panny calmly plays it to, but it didn't get away from Campbell, and now it is Parkin. Crossed into the box from the far side. Tinkler got a header. They had to. Parkin goes for the shot. Cuts it across the goal, and now Ollie clears it, but only as far as a sky blue shirt, and Buttroyd controls it, puts it into the box. It's a dangerous one. Back header, from Magnay.
That's an important flick, because I think Spencer's getting on that.
It's a corner on the far side, and we're going to see this substitution here. It's number 10. It is Jerome Greaves that is going to be coming on, and he is going to replace Jacob Grattan, who's been very quiet in this half.
Yeah, hasn't quite done what we expected of him. I think a few Farsley players just haven't managed to get in this game. They haven't managed to impact it in the way they would have hoped they would have. But you can't take anything away from Gateshead. I mean, how good have they been tonight?
Well, Scott Ryan, he's put consistent and disciplined.
Exactly.
Well, that's
100%.
If that is not ethos of the side, I'd eat my hat as this ball comes in. It's a deep one towards Diggy. Diggy, I think he's beaten the air. Magnay. Well, Magnay was pushed there. The referee does give it. And it's a free kick. I just thought Magnay seemed to land awkward there. I thought he was going to pull up at first.
Celtic, leading the pitch, number 16.
But it's a free kick to Gateshead nonetheless. We have best part 12 minutes of normal time remaining here, and I think they'll probably be about 5 minutes of stoppage time here at least, due to the injury early on.
I may curse this, but I don't remember too many times this season when all four North East National League North teams have won on the same day or night.
Yeah, it's quite a rare occasion, I think, this season.
That's a foul.
As Ollie gets the ball, the referee says play on. Ollie plays the ball out to Macaulay Langstaff. I think he'll do it again. There it is. And can it be crossed into the box? It's pulled back towards Macaulay Langstaff, cleared by Farsley, but only as far as the Gateshead shirt. And now on the edge of the box, it's Panny, puts it back out to the far side. Can Taylor Charters drive with the ball? He gets a cross in, headed clear by Diggy, but only across the box. And good pressure from Gateshead. And now,
well played.
Nice footwork from, I think it was from Hayhurst there, Will Hayhurst. And the clearance has ended up for a throw into Gateshead on just inside the Farsley half.
Yeah, you look at these last 10 minutes. As I say, it would be a good time to get down, watch some minutes. The last 10 of this game.
Yeah. I'd like to see Jack Hunter as well get a few more minutes under the belt. We know he's a very consistent player, but it helps to have minutes as well, doesn't it? There's a foul on Bailey there. The referee, although he played on before, he didn't there. As Ollie was about to open up away with the ball.
Do you know, I think Bailey and Ollie have been excellent in the middle of the pitch tonight. They've really controlled things in there.
It's the way they've been on second ball in the middle of the park. It's going to be missed by the Captain Atkinson. Diggy nods it forward to the Captain Atkinson. That's poor from Farsley, and Panny wins the ball back, puts it out to Taylor Charters on the far side of the box. He's driving down the left-hand side, goes for it. Oh! He went for a shot there.
I think that might have been closer than we thought it was.
I think it might have been, but yeah, it's just
Danny Greenfield coming on.
Danny Greenfield. I think probably for Taylor Charters, I would imagine, and that was it. Was it?
Skipper.
Oh, Greg. Yep, Greg Ollie is going to make way. And the captain's armband will be going to Robbie Tinkler. Greg Ollie gets another fantastic reception. We've got another person listening in a hotel room. This time, David Nellis is listening in a hotel room in Leighton Buzzard. Bailey sounds like he's man of the match. He's been very good.
A few contenders.
Certainly is. But just going back to what you said there about Ollie and Bailey, the word escapes me at the minute. Their consistency and their structured play has given the freedom to Adam Campbell to be all over the pitch at the minute. He's out there on the left-hand side at the minute at times. He's over here on the right-hand side now. And we wait for this throw to be taken in front of the dugout. Well,
trying to see what was going on down to our left there. Sorry, I got distracted.
Yeah, I know. I didn't see what happened, but
I think the two of them have just been really disciplined in there, and they've done the job that's been asked of them. You're right; they allow Campbell and you shouldn't forget the other two as well. Kevin Scott and Macaulay Langstaff. They allow them to go and express themselves at the top end of the pitch.
Well, Farsley have a corner here on our left-hand side. Referee's seen something. Don't know who he wants to word with. I think it might be Spencer. I think he's having a bit of a tussle there. I think that's not happy. He's having a word with him. He's trying to get in. I don't know.
Some noise.
Well, here comes the corner in now. As headed clear by Jacob Chapman. Has only fell as far as a blue shirt. Now, nice touch there from Parkin. Parkin tries to get a shot. Lovely tackle from Lewis Story.
Did he touch that?
I think he got a foot to it, but well, corner comes in. It's a deep one, looking for Diggy, and just way too much on it. Danny Greenfield's going to go across to recover. Well, yes, he recovers the ball, keeps it in, plays it down the line, and now Gator can try and break again. And opening up down the far side. Oh, did he nearly got past his man Taylor Charters? But it's a well, there's a bit of a someone's throwing hats about up the back there.
You can call in the events. Well done, every one of you.
Liam Burbeck has put. What was that man of the match there? Was that given our attendance?
Let's see, mascots.
Oh, the mascots. There we go. They're doing a fantastic job. Liam Burbeck listening.
Handball boys, I should say.
Yeah, listening in at work and headphones in. I think you burst my eardrum when that goal went in. I do apologise. And many Farsley fans, I can't actually see any at the moment. But we're in the middle of the stand and it's hard to pick any out on our side. There's Tinkler has the ball, gives it back to Magnate. He plays the ball along the ground to pick out Macaulay Langstaff. Now Panny's scuffed ball was intercepted, but it falls to Tinkler here. Bailey. Magnay just calmly passes it back. And they're trying to pressure Gateshead at the back now. See Jerome Greaves forced the ball to be played out on the far side to throw into Farsley.
Do you think, Dave, question for you, do you think it's a three-horse race now?
You would say so, and I think just looking a little bit further down the table as well, you would say anyone past 10th position isn't really going to be in contention, bar a marvellous run of results. You'll see after this game now, Gateshead only have 14 games remaining. The ball skimmed through. It's been kept in though by Farsley on dead ball line, crossed in, headed out, still not cleared yet. Tried to chip the keeper, hits the woodwork. Now it goes in for the consolation goal at the moment, and that was put in by, I think it was the captain, Atkinson? It was, yeah, and he put it into the back of the net. It hit the crossbar, it hit the post, bounced back. He was there in acres of space just to bury it in, and they kept plugging away. Credit to Farsley, we showed that they were chasing us down, and that's their 90 minutes there, isn't it?
It's not, no, the time's just the
time has went off. Yeah, so there we go. I can't exactly see.
That's not a bad ball.
Yeah.
I think he's playing them on.
I think we must have about 6 minutes remaining by me. So just looked over and just seen it's gone, but it's 3-1 here. Atkinson pulled one back.
Yeah, that was just a bit sloppy from Gateshead, really. I mean, it wasn't a pretty goal, was it? Let's be honest. Just failed to clear a ball in the box, and it's a great effort. The first one that's hit the post, by the way. It's a lovely effort.
Well, I'm going to go long with this one from the free kick from the keeper inside his own half up towards Greaves, but it's headed away by Gateshead. Now it's up in the air. The wind is picking up here at Gateshead National Stadium again. As Atkinson brings the ball down, plays it inside there, but Story's there to intercept and just clear his lines and relieve some pressure as Farsley try and build from the back now. It's with Clayton. Clayton tries to pick out a ball, and that got just hung up in the wind a little bit there as Magnay heads it clear to Campbell, who brought it down to Bailey. Campbell puts it over the top, and Diggy heads it to his captain, who in turn picked out a teammate. And trying to get it down the left-hand side as Panny comes in, wins the ball, but loose ball picked up by Farsley. And I'll try and build down the right-hand side now as it's headed on for Greaves to try and run onto, but Story's there to clear it. As now, played forward towards Macaulay Langstaff. Clayton's there just to mop up and pass it to his defensive partner, Diggy.
To all supports tonight, a crowd of 824, including 6 away supporters.
Oh, there we go. There answers the question before. 6 away supporters getting a fantastic round of applause from the home stand. It's not easy when you're bottom of the league to follow your team around the country, and credit to them 6. It hasn't been their night here at Gateshead National Stadium as Tinkler puts the ball up and Macaulay Langstaff's going to chase it. Clayton's going to have to sit back to his keeper, who deals with it well. Well, someone sent us a message there before that said 5 minutes remain plus added on time. I think we're probably about 2 minutes remaining. I didn't see that message straight away as the ball's pumped up into the box. Story nods it down. Jacob plays it off, cannons it off Greaves, and out it goes for a throw in right next to the corner flag.
Man of the match for Gateshead tonight, number 19, Kedwin Scott.
Kedwin Scott, 2 goals, got man of the match. Who would we give the Heat Army podcast man of the match to, Mark?
It's a difficult one because everyone's played reasonably well.
He scored some, the 2 goals that Kedwin scored, fantastic stuff. It would just be, that there was plenty of candidates though, wasn't there, as well?
I think
Greenfield clears the ball at the pitch. There's nobody up there, but it was all the way to Trineri.
Greg Ollie's had a great game in midfield. I think Owen Bailey's had a great game in midfield.
Right. The 2 centre-backs as well.
Adam Campbell.
Yeah. As the ball, Clayton slips, but it's going to go all the way through to the keeper who's outside his box by a good 15, 20 yards. Oh, and he's playing with the ball. Has he been dispossessed? He's still going. He manages to pick out the blue shirt.
What is he doing?
He was very, very lucky. As I say, he was
Still
very...
doing it.
Oh, and Dig... Oh, fortunate.
Do you know what? They've done pretty well.
They have. They've been fortunate, though. Panny managed to get a foot on the ball, but a false blue shirt. And
talking about schoolboy.
It has at the minute, and now Clayton has the ball, goes across to his right back.
That was fun.
And Dean Seaver just out of foot surgery and tuning in. Sounds like everything under control at Gateshead National Station. Who is he? Well, we hope that you recover well, and thank you for tuning in, our friend in Georgia. As the ball comes across the far side of the box, but Royce there gets a header, and Marshall just plucked that out the air. But if he had got a bit more power on that, I think he might have been struggling.
Yeah, it's a routine save really, but Gateshead just a little bit sloppy in the last 5, haven't they? They've,
well, if you're the Farsley bench, you're going to be a little bit annoyed that your players didn't really put the pressure on till they were 3-0 down, you know. And
I mean, the way to look at that though is the game's gone; they've got nothing to lose, so that
exactly,
pressure goes.
yeah.
Well, injury time's coming up now.
Yeah. Well, we must be near the end of the 90 minutes. So the clock here at the stadium went off. As the ball is cleared up in the air by Farsley Celtic, and it's going to go out to play for a Gateshead throw just on the halfway line. Al hazard, it could be 6 minutes here. 5 to 6, surely, with the injury in the second half here. We were stopped for about 3 minutes.
Do you know, I'll say it again, Farsley, and I think I said the first half, they don't look like a side who are sat bottom in the league.
Not at all, not at all.
And, you know, the way results have gone tonight.
They weren't. Wow, only 3 minutes.
The way results have gone tonight, the teams above them all picking up points, you know. Yes, Telp and Gloucester have only got draws, but the Spartans winning at the minute.
Well, 3 minutes added on here. I think we're into that now. Campbell races forward, but the ball goes to Macaulay. Langstaff lays it off to Panny. Gives it to Carl Magnay, who dinks the ball over the top, but Campbell would have been offside if that had got to a minute out for a throw.
No, it's been a good night all round, hasn't it? Apart from the conceding the goal, obviously, later on. But you look at the performances around the pitch, and it's been a solid performance from a confident Gateshead side. I think the front three, we spoke about them a lot. I think they've all played well. They've all played their part. The midfield, it's been a disciplined performance in there. They've created when they've had to get forward, but they've been solid and protected that back four. The two centre-backs have been excellent, and I think Tinkler, we haven't even mentioned Tinkler a lot, but he's been excellent.
He has, he really has, and we've got some messages here. Well, 1 second. Well, I've enjoyed tuning in tonight, says Sarah Mollett. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you everyone that's joined us. Join us tomorrow night at 9 p.m. for the Heed Army podcast live. Same place. You'll be able to interact with us, and we'll be talking about this victory and the victory on Saturday against Spennymoor. It's been a good week all round for Gateshead, and we're a moment away from the full-time whistle going, and we will be 6 points clear at the top of the National League North table. And what a place to be. It leaves the pressure on everybody else to catch us, and they're going to have to score a lot of goals if they want to overtake us as well, if they win those games in hand. So the ball is now pumped up towards Farsley's front line, and Hayhurst wins a throw in. We've got great commentary. This is Paul Fennick. Fantastic graphic designer. He's designed quite a few things for the Heed Army podcast. Also works for our sponsors, Northern Print Solutions. Top lad. As Diggy puts the ball over the top, and Marshall quickly off his line there. And Gateshead moments away from going 6 points clear at the top of the National League North table. We've had solid performances at the back. Outstanding work rate in the middle, and up top, well, they've been sublime. We've got another goal that made me moan and groan in ways I shouldn't be doing on a microphone, from Adam Campbell again, as Magnay brings the ball down well, lays it off to Jacob, inside to Bailey. Bailey clears the ball, and that is the full-time whistle. Gateshead 6 points clear at the top of the National League North table, and well deserved here against the team rock bottom of the table. Mark, we can enjoy the result. We've got a great goal in there, and we've seen one of the teams below us slip up as well. It's an all-round great night for Gateshead Football Club.
It is that lead, 6 points at the top of the table. Obviously, we know the teams immediately below have got games in hand, but Gateshead have got the points in the bag, and that's what matters at the moment. It's a good performance tonight. We called for discipline. We called for that attitude to be right. It was absolutely bang on, and I think it's a fully deserved win. It really impressed throughout the pitch. Attitude spot on, and this run just keeps going and going.
Certainly is. Thank you to everyone that has been sending messages. We're putting them up on the screen now. The Gateshead players, they're just shaking hands with some of the Farsley players, and they're about to come off to a fantastic reception here from the Tyne Weir stand. Please do join us on future commentaries. We will advertise them on all our social media. We don't know if we're covering the Kidderminster game yet. Hopefully we will be. We'll let you know if we can arrange that, if things align and I can get a babysitter. So please do subscribe, not only to us, to Gateshead FC, and have a look at the fantastic highlights that will be up in the coming day. And as I say, we want you to be part of the show tomorrow, 9 p.m. Heed Army Podcast Live. It's a video show. We'll have everything on. We want you there as well to talk about it. Remember, tell your friends. We've had lots of people telling us that they've only just found the podcast. We want more to find it. We want more talking. And as the teams come down onto the track and down the tunnel, they can say, well done. And Adam Campbell comes off, the last player in a Gateshead shirt. And what a screamer he scored again tonight. He's on top form at the moment, is Adam Campbell, and it's a joy to watch at the moment. We'll leave it there. Thank you very much for joining us, and it's just been an absolute joy tonight. Gateshead 6 points clear, top of the National Law table, and we will see you tomorrow night on the Heed Army Podcast Live at 9 p.m.